There we go. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to a replay cast. We had it's the start of the amateur Dota 2 league across all the different subdivisions within the league. There's Contender League, Archon, Intermediate, Divine, all the different leagues based upon skill level. This is week number 1. We started off this past week. Everyone played on Thursday night. I casted the to be decided game, Wasted Youth versus To Be Decided, and nobody ended up casting this particular game live, so I'm gonna cast this as a replay. Oh, I have the wrong logo up there. Let's just clear that up really quick. That's a little bit embarrassing. Okay, there we go. Season 30 of Amateur Dota 2 League. So, still I didn't set this up properly. Yeah, it's like Sunday night. This is a replay though, so there's no stream delay. That means I can kind of see chats actually happening, and I'm gonna take it a bit more casually because I can control it when it starts. Don't have to worry about lobbies and whatnot. I have the games. I have the stuff all downloaded. So yeah, the game tonight is going to be Fellowship of the Ping versus the G.O.A.T.5. Now I've talked to Fellowship of the Ping. I think I'm going to follow them a bit this coming season. They seem like a pretty good group of guys. They've been playing a lot. They've been playing for years together. They know each other very well. There's a really cool picture. I kind of want to show it. Maybe I'll show it at some point. That of just all 5 of them, and they have a cool logo. I don't know, but at some point we'll get there. So apparently for Fellowship of the Ping, some of their iconic picks are Death Prophet on their pause 2 as their mid hero, and then a pause for Mirana. Yeah, we'll see. It seems like in the last season, the season 29 playoffs, both of these teams they got taken out in the first round. So unfortunately, they didn't make it any farther. But they definitely both still have chances this year. It's a new season, starting off from scratch, starting off fresh. Who knows? Apparently 2 seasons ago, I suppose that's probably season 29. They had a really bad group stage. They did really bad. So how the league works is there's a group stage for 6 weeks. They all play best of 2s, and then then after that there's the playoffs. I think everyone gets in the playoffs. It's elimination playoffs. So the group stage is kind of raking it. It's seeding everyone. I think the higher you are, if you're high, then you play people that are ranked lower. It kind of meets in the middle based upon your stats. So apparently 2 seasons ago they did terribly in the group stage, but Fellowship of the Ping, they almost ended up winning the entire game. They placed 3rd in the entire league. Pretty crazy. They were very excited about that. Let's see if they can have some kind of incredible comeback. Right now it's week 1. It's a best of 2. There's no winners or losers really as far as the end result goes. I did unfortunately see what the result of this 2-game series is. So I do know what's going to happen, but I don't know which game is the one that... I don't know which game happens with what things, so we shall see. And the G.O.A.T.5, the G.O.A.T.5, I was a bit confused as to what it means. For me, when it says the G.O.A.T.5, I was thinking Bleach. I was thinking the G.O.A.T.13. That's what I was thinking personally, because it's GOAT and then it's a number. But apparently, I looked it up. It's an acronym, of course, and it's greatest of all time. So I'm assuming it's Dota teams. There's 5 people, so the 5 greatest of all time. That seems much more logical than the G.O.A.T.5. I don't know. Hey Ben. Yeah, so that's that. Let's get started on the game. I got the replay all set up. And now we get to watch the cool intro. This is the best part of this season is the awesome assets. They're making this thing really legit this year. Let's see if it works. Yeah, so good. So exciting. I always love it. Okay, so here we are at the screen. It does say 82L season 29 at the top. It's I think from what they said, the league's having a little trouble getting their season 30 ticket. I have no idea how that works at all, but presumably you have to get a tournament ticket. You have to Oh, I muted desktop audio. Oh no, there's no audio. You missed the audio. You have to wait till the next game. I'll do it again on the next game. I had the muted desktop audio. That was depressing. Yeah, they're having trouble getting the season 30 ticket. Hopefully they'll be able to get it out next week. But for now, everyone's using the season 29 ticket. Also official. So, I don't know much about the G.O.A.T.5 team, the G.O.A.T.5 team. Didn't get a chance to talk to them, but it should be kind of fun.
10 seconds remaining.
Fellowship of the Ping. They did give me their stuff before. I at least know some of their names and whatnot, but well, this is my first time seeing them. I hope I get to know the different players and their different styles. Looks like starting off, got Fellowship of the Ping banning out Jug and Sven, two very classic carry heroes. A little bit weird to see them banned just right off the bat. Typically you'll ban the carries in the second round of bans just because you usually don't pick your pause ones in your first two picks. But hey, who knows? Juggernaut and Sven, very much in the meta. Jug is just crazy, banned quite often. Sven also banned quite often. Sven is really good. Just in general, very hard carry. Scales very well. In general, it's just pretty awesome. G.O.A.T.5 team bans out the Wind Ranger, or Wind Runner, whatever they call it these days. Wind Ranger. And the CK. Wind Ranger is very good utility. Could go off lane, could go mid. Could go support technically. And CK is typically an off laner or a carry. Could play a couple different roles. Both annoying heroes in their own rights with lots of stun. Very difficult to kill. First picks coming out. Mirana picked up by... Okay, I need to call something. I need to call Fellowship of the Ping. I need to call them something else. That's hard to say. But FOT-P sounds kind of silly.
5 seconds remaining.
Or Fellowship? Can I call them the Fellowship? The Fellowship of the Ping. That's something. They pick up Mirana. Classic pause 4 or 5. Pretty good support hero. Typically she's going to roam around to the different lanes. She's got her Sacred Arrow, which does quite a long duration stun if she can hit it. It's very difficult to land, but it kind of makes the enemy team have to constantly worry about there being a Mirana hiding somewhere and an arrow coming from some random direction. It's almost guaranteed to kill if the arrow does land, especially in the early stages. Pretty frustrating to deal with. Crystal Maiden picked up by G.O.A.T.5. G.O.A.T.5. I'm just gonna say G.O.A.T.5. She's very commonly picked. She's got her global mana regen, which is very awesome. She's got a nice single target stun. She's got a big nuke target. She's just generally good to have, not very item dependent. Pretty safe pickup in general. She is extremely squishy and has no escape mechanisms, so very vulnerable to dying. But pretty good early game. I don't know. She doesn't scale too well once you get to the late game. Still, very commonly picked, very much in the meta. Fellowship picks up the Phantom Assassin as their pause 1 pickup. Presumably, she's a very strong carry. Okay, they know how to play each other. Apparently, with this matchup, they're picking their pause 1s right off the bat. Phantom Assassin scaled extremely well. Very strong carry hero. Needs a bit of support in the early game, a little bit of protection until she gets her Battle Fury and can farm like crazy. But she has her dagger, so she can get some last hits from far away.
5 seconds remaining.
And she's generally pretty evasive and pretty strong. Morphling could go mid, could be their safe lane carry. It really depends. Very strong either way. Scales quite well. Very difficult to kill. You could combo Morphling with a lot of other heroes. Just generally really great. A lot of different directions you could go. Oh, I need to post this in the Discord that I'm doing it. Let's see.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Let's add this thing in.
Radiant team ban.
What are they called? G.O.A.T.5. There it goes. Okay. Second round of bans coming out. We've got Ember Spirit banned. Typical mid hero, very evasive, very difficult to kill. Doesn't scale too well. Quite a frustrating hero to lane up against. Depending on what build you go, you can go like magic damage. You could also go the more physical damage oriented route. Both of them have their pros and cons depending on who's facing up against Ember Spirit. But still, it's just kind of annoying
Radiant
to have to
team
play up
ban.
against Ember Spirit.
Dire
He can be
team
quite
ban.
strong. Leshrac banned out. Leshrac's typically also a mid. Has lots of spell damage, lots of quick spell output. Very effective, all low cooldown spells. Even good at pushing towers with Diabolic Edict. Has a stun that's a little bit tricky to set up.
10 seconds remaining.
But if you can get Leshrac snowballed,
Dire team
he's going to
pick.
become unstoppable. Can mow down, can like 1v5 the team, at least in the mid game. Yeah. Underlord also banned out. That's the offlaner. Very tanky, very annoying. Has the big root, has the big stun. Yeah, just another frustrating hero to deal with. That's all I can really say. Death
10
Prophet also
seconds
banned out on
remaining.
the other side. Pretty good mid hero. She's not like
5
gonna make or
seconds
break a
remaining.
game. She doesn't have any control abilities, but she has a nice AoE silence, a lot of good nuking spells. A little bit difficult to kill with her Spirit Siphon that kind of
Radiant
steals
team
HP
pick.
from an enemy and slows them. Her ult Exorcism deals a lot of damage, great for pushing towers. Frustrating in general. SK also banned as their offlaner. Yeah, he's a great offlaner, especially up against melee heroes. So maybe
10
G.O.A.T.5 is
seconds
planning to go their Morphling
5 seconds
as their
remaining.
mid, and maybe they're planning on picking like a melee safe lane carry hero. Yeah, I think Darkseer and Sand King are the two most annoying offlaners to lane up against as a melee hero. Just generally frustrating. SK has his Caustic Finale, and he's got his Sandstorm, makes him invisible. Generally a nuisance. Lina gets picked up as
Dire
G.O.A.T.5's
team pick.
third pick. Lina seems like she's going to be in a more supportive role at this point. Has an extremely long attack range, has a pretty good stun. Her third passive skill gives her increased movement speed and attack speed every time she casts a spell, up to like 3 stacks.
10
She's got a
seconds
very good
remaining.
number of nukes, and she kind of scales just as far as physical DPS goes.
5
Generally
seconds
all around a good
remaining.
hero. And as long as she has mana, she's going to be quite effective in lane, or just in general, yeah. Sword I picked up likely as Fellowship's offlane pause 3 hero. He is so classic these days, very much so in the meta. Extremely annoying to play up against. His big thing is that his third skill is a passive Bash of the Deep. Every 4th attack you make with Slardar, it's going to be a bash. It'll do bonus damage and
Radiant
stun
team
for
pick.
some amount of time. Extremely frustrating to deal with, especially if you're a melee hero. He gets that guaranteed 4th hit bash, so he's probably gonna he's generally just tanky, and he'll just hit creeps 3 times and then just walk up to you. He knows he's gonna get a bash. He knows it's gonna stun you long enough for him to just run
10
away
seconds
afterwards.
remaining.
Especially up against Crystal Maiden, she's gonna have to be super careful she doesn't get
5
caught out,
seconds
because he can
remaining.
bash you, follow up with his Slithering Crush for the even longer stun, then hit you a couple more times before you can really do much. Morphling shouldn't have too much of a problem if Morphling is their safe lane carry. But still, Sardar's kind of frustrating. Centaur picked up by G.O.A.T.5, presumably as their offlane hero. He's very tanky, very frustrating, should be extremely effective up against PA. If she ever Phantom Strikes onto him, like Wigs Forward onto him, she's going to take a lot of damage and be vulnerable to Centaur's Hoof Stomp thing, which just stuns an AoE around him. He's got his Double Edge, which deals a lot of damage in an AoE at like melee range, but PA is melee, so she's got to get up in his face. And Centaur's ult is Stampede, which gives you like max movement speed, meaning that even if he gets slowed or whatever, he's gonna be able to get away. An excellent choice as their pickup. Fellowship chooses Kunkka next, most likely gonna be their mid hero. I love playing Kunkka. He's extremely fun. I kind of find him like it's really easy to win the lane in, and he's very fun. Typically, I like to go with the builds where you're going more utility. You're going to maximize the effectiveness of your torrents. You're going to go Axe to get Torrent Storm. You're going to maximize just stunning people, controlling people, keeping them in place, being generally just absolute nuisance. His big thing is that
10
his
seconds
second ability,
remaining.
Tidebringer, it's free, it doesn't cost any mana, it's on a
5
cooldown,
seconds
it's going to deal
remaining.
bonus damage, it's going to cleave in a very large area behind the enemy he hits. That means if you're in mid lane, you're gonna want to be close to the creeps to get your own last hits. So as long as the Kunkka's reasonably good, he's gonna guaranteed basically to hit you every time he has his cleave up. Very frustrating, especially if you're squishy. Morphling shouldn't have too much of a problem. Morphling's got the strength shift if Morphling's going mid. But if they're following each other's plans, then Morphling is their +1. G.O.A.T.5 will have to carefully select their mid hero if they're still going to go that way. Kunkka is generally annoying. You're going to need someone who can either tank those cleaves, or someone with enough damage at like a range that they can kind of work around it. Maybe get like an OD. So every time he walks up to try to get that cleave, you can just banish him and you're good to go. I don't know, there's a few different options you could go for that. Next rounds of bans, Viper and Phoenix. Looks like Fellowship's not exactly sure what G.O.A.T.5 is going to go next. I don't really get the Phoenix ban. Maybe Lena's going to be their mid hero. Lena could do okay against Kunkka. She's pretty squishy, but she has a very long range. She could do okay. But Viper could be a mid hero, so they're a bit unsure, it seems, with these ambiguous G.O.A.T.5 pickups.
10 seconds remaining.
On the other side, G.O.A.T.5 bans out Vengeful Spirit and
remaining.
Disruptor. 2 supports. Fellowship is definitely, they still have a support left to pick up. VS is pretty annoying, would combo quite well with Slardar in an incredible amount of armor reduction just overall with Corrosive Haze and Wave of Terror. And she's generally annoying with the swaps, very effective. Disruptor also great about placements. Really annoying if you combine Disruptor with Mirana, you can glimpse them back into an arrow. They already have X marks the spot back into an arrow, so Mirana plus Kunkka gonna be quite annoying. They got a lot of stun here remaining. On the side of Fellowship. They decided to go for Jakiro as their final pick, most likely as a support. Jakiro, I see Jakiro typically picked up as like your first pick because he's very, very safe. He's going to be very useful. He's not item dependent. You can't really counter pick him so much. Like sure, you could get some like a hero like Juggernaut or Lifestealer who has magic immunity built in, who can just ignore Jakiro as long as you have that ability. But he's got good utility. He's got a slow with the damage over time. He's got Liquid Fire, which gives him an increased attack range every time it's up. It's good for pushing towers. It slows attack speed of those towers. He's got an Ice Pass stun. He's got a big ult that deals a lot of damage over time. Generally, great utility hero. And like I said, does not need any particular items to be effective in the game. G.O.A.T.5, I still don't know what they're going. If Lena is their mid hero, then we still have a support hero to pick up. But if Lena is support, how about TA? TA would do great in this game. I think TA would be awesome. TA has refraction, doesn't have to worry about Kunkka. Be very effective. I don't know. I was about to say Storm, but I don't really like Storm versus the Kunkka at mid. Okay, well they pick up Storm. Likely facing up against Kunkka as the mid hero. Storm is a ranged hero, but has a pretty short attack range. So it's most likely gonna be hit by all those cleaves, all those Tidebringer cleaves. But Storm is also equally good at returning harassment with the Overload effect, the Overload passive every time Storm casts a spell. His next attack will deal bonus damage and stun and slow in AoE, so pretty good at punishing Kunkka were he to walk forward to melee attack a creep. For that, with that Tidebringer cleave. Well, that's the final lineups. Lots of cool skins. I'm liking Fellowship. They have a lot of cool stuff. And let's see. Truthless has the CM skins. Doesn't have the puppy Crystal Maiden. I love the puppy one. Very cute. Storm looks pretty crazy. Has the cool red eyes. The PA has the cool Arcana stuff. Slardar has a bunch of stuff. I've never seen the Kunkka with a mohawk. It's pretty nifty. I don't know. That's about it. Let's see. Who do I think has the edge? They both have quite a bit of stun. They both have enough to go to the late game. They both have pretty good mid game. Seems to be a matter of execution. I would say Fellowship has easier execution. They have some more guaranteed stuns. They have the ability to do those setups. Even though G.O.A.T.5 also has pretty good stuns as well, I'm going to give the edge to Fellowship because I gotta root for them. I'm kind of attaching myself to them. But they do seem on very even footing. It could totally go either way. I honestly do not know. But here we are, we're excited to find this out. Everyone's splitting out. G.O.A.T.5 is just going for the lanes. Fellowship has smoked with 4 heroes. They want to get a kill. They want to get a first blood already. Do they dare? Are they going to get their smoke popped by the storm here? They're going to wrap around. Looks like G.O.A.T.5 is putting in a deep ward. They're also kind of circling around, hovering near the edge. Fellowship is going to secure this top rune and hopefully, like, I don't know. G.O.A.T.5 has to know that they can't see anyone. They know something's going to happen. They know that there's somewhere. Storm is backing up. Scotty's like, I'm not gonna go for this. The smoke does expire. They have no vision. Here comes Centaur. Centaur's tanky. He's not the one you want to go on, but they have a lot of lockdown. If they can land that arrow, it's going to be great. They're staying up there, but everyone's pinging things out. They know something's going on.
The battle begins.
And they're going to give up their rune. They're going to give up the bounty rune. Here we go. They got the Lich. There's the slow with the dual breath. Light Shock Array does connect, but they have enough slows and stuns. There it goes. First blood drawn by Jojo Elephant onto Drill House. I suppose the smoke was worth it. They did end up losing. Wait, did they get their bounty rune? They got 2 bounty runes. They were able to secure the one. Yeah, these 2 here. Pretty good. And Lena TP's back to lane quickly. Perks of how it is these days. You got free TP scrolls. Let's do roll call here. At the top lane, we've got Daryl on the Morphling, supported by Truthless. Yes. On the Crystal Maiden, duking it out with Jojo Elephant on the Mirana. Mirana definitely has the advantage when it comes to just raw base damage with the harassment. Sorry about that, Truthless. So we've got Slardar in the off lane on, that's Urk20. Urk20, already with the level 1 Bash of the Deep. Very effective. Here we go. See this counter here? Konga's taking a lot of damage, but seems like he's okay. So he got this. So now he's going to walk up. He wants to hit someone, but Morphling's already morphing strength. It has a Slithering Crush and it's level 1 strength shift, so it's not going to shift fast enough. Second kill for Fellowship. Easy combo of the Bash of the Deep with the Crush and the arrow to the face. Not much you can do there. Let's check out how mid is going. Looks like Red Seal is actually taking quite a bit of damage. Check out the last hits here. Storm actually has the edge. This is, I suppose at level 1, Kunkka, it's a very long cooldown on the Tidebringer. It's like 13 seconds. So he's not able to fully bring it into play so much. Scotty is being pretty good about staying up front and making sure Kunkka has to stay back. Has a slight edge when it comes to last hits. That's even considering that there's still 2 creeps here. So at mid, we've got Scotty on... Oh, I wish I could make these things go away. How do I make the tooltips? There's probably some setting for that. Scotty on the Storm. Oh, and we got Crystal Maiden dying once again. Poor Truthless. You can't really do much. You got the Crush, you got the arrow. I don't see Crush was on cooldown, so that was probably just an arrow to the face. And she was way far down here. You gotta be so careful. Such a scary combo. And the arrow disconnects. But it's she's on the Morphling's underneath the tower. Definitely not worth getting her there, especially with Truthless TPing back in. That would have been extremely risky. But you can see Fellowship has already taken a pretty good lead in this top lane. There you go. Guaranteed bash. There's the Crush. There's no arrows on cooldown. That would have been a kill for sure if there was an arrow. There's a salve to bring Morphling back up to full, but quite dangerous. Back at mid, Scotty's doing some pretty good damage out. Red Seal is staying up there. Fairy Fire's popped, and one last overload with the Static Remnant, and down goes Red Seal. Very close. The Fairy Fire was not quite enough, and Scotty gets to regen back up to almost full with the help of the bottle. Oh, gotta be careful, Truth this. Jojo Elephant's also pretty low there. There's the Frostbite, taking good damage, taking a lot of damage. It's gotta be really careful. Here's Urk with the sprint. Guaranteed bash, guaranteed hit with this. Here we go, there's the bash. Slithering Crush, and you're gonna arrow, you're not. Okay, no arrow. Just quick, clean kill. Scotty's pretty low. Red Seal is not fast enough to catch up. Has level bracers, has the Tidebringer, but Scotty is far enough away. We've got level 2 Tidebringer though, so that's a much shorter cooldown. Everyone's so low, everyone's gotta be so careful. They're both crazy low. Red Seal does not have any regen. Scotty has no more regen. Either one could die if anyone gets caught out, but Scotty has to stay further back because of Tidebringer. Red Seal does not have X marks the spot at the moment, so Storm does not have to worry about getting caught out in that. Truthless though, you gotta be careful. You gotta be super careful. Very scary. Sorry bottom, I've been avoiding you a bit. This is also a fun lane I suppose, but the action is clearly happening at top where they're very squishy, but here comes Kaiser Sose on Jakiro. Not quite caught out, but taking some damage. Nice pull by Lina. Okay, so we got Thrill House on the Lina. Oh, Light Strike Array. Nice hoof stomp. Light Strike Array is a little bit too late, does not catch out Kaiser Sose, but it hits Tim the Enchanter. Able to get the evasion. But gets hit by the last Dragon Slave by the Lina. Down goes the pause one, Tim the Enchanter. Bit unfortunate there. Nice two-person hoof stomp by Chaz. So that's Chaz as the pause 3 Centaur. Oh gosh, people are dying. Poor Toothless. Truthless, you died once again. Morphling looks like she is possibly in trouble. Has the waveform, so should be okay. But there's the bashes. Another Slithering Crush. Kunkka dies. Poor Red Seal. They got another bash, but Morphling is morphing strength like crazy. Arrow does not quite connect. And Truthless is back here. Urk 20 would probably die if he kept pursuing. Stays for the denies. Bounty runes collected by Mirana and stuff. Okay, well somehow at mid, Red Seal died. I was not looking. I apologize for that. Oh, that's just rude. That's because Scotty had a regen rune. I was wondering why he was back up to full. That was just a regen rune. That's always annoying when you pop it and then you're Storm. Storm is one of the best heroes to get a regen rune for. Especially when you're level 6. You just start zipping around, you cast all your short cooldown spells. Infinite mana. Super frustrating to lane up against. Looks like Red Seal has resorted to going into the jungle until he gets to level 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Definitely lagging behind when it comes to experience. We've already got level 7 Storm, and Kunkka has only now just got his level 5. Jakiro is a bit safer, has the range, is able to stay further back and still get some last hits. Definitely able to prevent the push. Scotty's doing a good job of denying the creeps when possible. But Kaiser Sose can kind of play safe. Okay, Lina is spotted out by Red Seal, but Red Seal does not have any X marks the spot. But here comes Jakiro, perfect ice path with the liquid fire. Dual Breath is here, but here comes Scotty on the Storm. Can they finish off Light Strike Array? Does connect under Red Seal. Red Seal has nothing to do. Red Seal does go down, but Kaiser Sose finishes off Thrill House. The arrow lands perfectly on Scotty. Does Scotty have enough mana? Nope, not enough mana to get out there. Has bottle charges, but taking too much damage, it'll interrupt the bottle charges anytime. Able to zip forward very slightly, but liquid fire does land. More leaps forward by Jojo. Can Scotty escape? I don't think so, but he's making the best effort. Space was created. That took a long time to get a kill there. Very close. So 2 for 1 trade. Pause 2 for a pause 2 and a support. Nice works there. At least Storm finally went down after a 3-time streak. Red Seal has a bit of a breather while Storm is not here. Red Seal definitely needs to get to level 6. He has picked up that bottle, which will make him have a lot more sustain, but still, and he has level bracers. He's definitely a little bit far behind. Once he gets level 6, he'll be a lot more sustainable because he'll have the boat, and the boat gives him it does. It gives him the rum stuff, which lowers damage. And at top, Truthless goes down. It's so hard to find it because she dies so quickly. You got the bash, you got the arrow, level 3 arrow, level 3 bash. It's just what can she do if she's caught out of position? If an arrow lands, she's gonna die. Here is Chaz at level 6, has the Stampede. Chaz should definitely do a lot better up against a Slardar. There's the guaranteed bash, but Chaz is way tankier, has the Ring of Regen, has the bracers. There's the Corrosive Haze there's a Hoof Stomp though. Corrosive Haze to lower the armor. Down goes Thrill House in response, but there's a Stampede. Erg20 might go down to one more double edge, but has the bash, has the Silver Concussion. Down goes Chaz. Perfectly timed by Erg20, baiting out the Stampede to make him stay just a little bit longer. Chaz had the double edge, but just didn't have enough time, was perma-bashed. Down goes, so Thrill House went down to Kaiser Sose. I don't know how that worked, but presumably some kind of arrow combo with Jakiro. They're everywhere. Oh no, Thrill House drops the ward, sees 2 heroes there, you gotta be careful. Daryl has rotated to bottom, much safer when you got a Slardar to fight up against. Leave Chaz to take on Erg20. Even though Erg20 just took down Chaz solo, even with Stampede. Having that consistent bash and the Corrosive Haze, that's a minus 20 armor reduction. So here's Chaz with the Hoof Stomp and the double edge. Should get a couple tower hits onto Erk. But there's the guaranteed bash. There's Corrosive Haze. Taking a lot of damage though, as long as Chaz can get out those double edges. Erg20 doesn't have much regen. Here's Scotty and Tearsless. Erg20 should definitely be going down. He gets instantly stunned by the Electric Vortex and does not have enough time to do a crush. Probably wouldn't have saved him, but would have delayed the inevitable. Ending the 4-time streak. Oh, I love this. That this is part of the Immortal or the Arcana, I think. Is this. This is different. It makes, like, every time you level it up, it does the cool glowy thing to everyone. It's unfortunate because it only happens when you level it up. The Arcane Aura, like, that cool animation only happens when you level it up. It's not like it's an active or anything, so it's a little sad that it's not as visible. Mirana pops the Invis, pops the whatever, but has the mana for an arrow. Erg20 is here though, has the Corrosive Haze, doesn't have the bash up, tried with the crush, does the arrow gonna connect? Arrow does not connect. Here's Truthless to back up. Red Seal does get in range of the X marks, able to lay on the Torrent onto Truthless. Is it going to be enough? Throws the boat down. Truthless is able to escape, but Chaz gets caught out by the boat. Truthless dropping crazy low. A couple more hits by Jojo. One more hit should be good. And there we go. Jojo's able to take out Truthless. Arrow's going to scout out Chaz. Chaz is visible, but does not get hit by anything. Chaz has a Hoof Stomp. Nice job. Connects onto 2. Here's Thrill House. Light Strike Array does connect onto Erk. Erk misses the crush, able to get the Haze onto Thrill House, but they are both behind the tower. Red Seal TP's out, Light Strike Array does not connect. Erk20 is willing to walk out with the boots, feels confident enough that he is taking enough to keep on going. Daryl's getting a bit low, but has a Strength Morph, has the Morbid Mask for the Lifesteal, and Tim the Enchanter is out of mana, unfortunately, so Morphling does not have to worry about PA getting some very lucky hits. That's always the worst thing when PA throws out a Stifling Dagger and gets some incredible hit, RNG stuff, and you just kind of die when you're like, oh come on, what are the odds of that happening? Getting like 2 crits in a row, it can be very surprising. Because typically you'll just kind of like, as PA, you'll just throw out daggers at people, and once they get low enough, then you'll follow it up with Phantom Strike and finish them off real quick. Daryl has to be super careful of that. Morphling is extremely vulnerable to burst damage. As long as he has time to get the strength or strength shift off, he should be okay. But if it's a bunch of burst damage, strength shift is only goes so quickly. So if it's too much burst damage, like crits from PA, like bashes from Slardar, up and Truthless goes down once again to an X marks combo. She is just so squishy. She's just one of the squishiest heroes in the game, and Slardar gets caught by the Hoof Stomp, finished off by the double edge, trying to stay in range of getting XP from the creeps. You can't escape these double stuns like this. Sacred Arrow almost hits, but not quite. There's Electric Vortex on Jojo. Jojo has one more charge, the Storm does not want to go in. Thrill House lands Light Strike Array onto Kaiser Sose, but Kaiser Sose just TP'd in, still has that regen from the fountain, still very tanky. Mirana does pop off the Moonlight Shadow. Throws the arrow out. It connects onto a creep though. They know she's there still. They probably know she's invis. They are playing it safe. Here's Truthless playing the job of a support. De-warding. Going places where you really should not go. Oh, Uncle gets caught out by the double stuns. Cliffstop does connect because of slow from the overload. Micropyre is dropped. Doesn't do too much damage because everyone just runs away immediately. Chaz takes some damage, but not enough. Urk does have the bash up. There we go. Connects out of Scotty, but it's not enough. There's Electric Vortex. Combo with Light Strike Array, and Urk 20 is almost going to die. Yes, he does die to one last hit forward by Scotty. Chaz is here. Stampede is not up, so JoJo should be fine. They are being a bit aggressive, pushing this tier 1 tower. Kaiser Soso is back up to full. That's the perks of Tranquil Boots. Part of why Jakiro is so awesome. He's naturally not too squishy. Like, compare Crystal Maiden 860 HP at level 7 to Jakiro 1200 HP. They both have like the same kind of items. Sure, Jakiro has the +3 from the magic wand, but it's not really that much. In general, Jakiro is a bit tankier just naturally. More people are dying. They're able to kill off Daryl, the +1, but Red Seal is kind of caught out. There is the freezing field by Crystal Maiden. They have nothing to do to interrupt it, and down goes Red Seal.
Your blood froze.
He knew he was going to die. He can't really do much. Still taking down a +1 for a +2. That can be worth it. Chaz is here, down to below half HP, but Tim is a little bit low on mana. Does grab the Ring of Health. Has to be a bit careful. They do have a lot of combos with Real House, with Truthless, with Chaz. That is stun after stun, and quite a lot of damage. 4 heroes from G.O.A.T.5, all here, gathered, protecting the rune. Marana throws out the arrow to scout out. JoJo does grab the arrow, but here's Centaur. Chaz connects on the War Stomp and the Double Edge. JoJo immediately TPs out. Just playing it really safe, goes to top. Pops the Moonlight Shadow, but Daryl does spot out the fact that, yes, they're invisible, they're right on top of me, I'm gonna strength shift, just to play it safe. JoJo does not have any more regen, unfortunately. Playing the build of Mirana where you get the power treads makes you a bit more tanky in general, but you don't have the passive regen of the Tranquil Boots like Kaiser Sose has on that Jakiro. So it's a thing you pretty much do if you're +5, you're almost guaranteed to get Tranquil Boots. It gives you that free, passive, incredible HP regen, makes you very sustainable. Crystal Maiden has obviously the Arcane Aura, which gives bonus regen. She gets ×3, so she gets, at level 4, we've got 2 × 3, so 6, +6 mana regen. And Red Seal dies once again at mid. I don't know what that was too, but, oh, there was a Laguna Blade popped. Okay. I was like, how did Scotty do a solo kill onto a Kunkka? Scotty's having a great game. And rotates bottom. Has a pretty good amount of mana. So Chaz pops the Stampede, able to connect with the Hoof Stop onto Tim, followed up by Electric Vortex on Scotty. Lots of evasion by Tim, but you can't evade the level 4 Static Remnant. It's just too much damage. 2 quick kills on the +1 and 2 of Fellowship. Nice rotation by Scotty. Nice job there. Looks like Scotty is going for that Bloodstone first build. Definitely a good choice when you're in this great position. Storm is having a fantastic game. Leading the charts in net worth for sure. There we go. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, why are you buying not Bloodstone items? Very close. Only 600 from finishing up the Bloodstone. Yep, JoJo throwing out random arrows. This is the point of Piranha. Go to random places and throw out arrows just to be a nuisance. They ping out Kaiser. They know that he's there to deward, but no way to kill him.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Chaz is not certain about staying around, about showing his face. Does not know where anyone is at this point. Fellowship is kind of just wandering around at this point. Looks like they want to put pressure on mid, but the Real House is pretty good at preventing pushes. Dragon Slave is a lot of damage. She has a lot of attack range. She doesn't have to put herself out there. Oh, but there's the blink reveal by Sardar. Arrow does not connect. That was a little bit unfortunate, maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Macropyre does drop down, but down goes Urk20, immediately is stunned off. Macropyre and all the damage over time from Kaiser is able to finish off Thrill House. But that is a pause 4 for a pause 3. Definitely in favor of whatever. I'm just being so forgetful right now. Of G.O.A.T.5. Though more XP was taken by Fellowship side. That was almost perfect. Just a little bit. Maybe they didn't have a word up here. Oh, no, wait, they had a word. A little bit of a misjudge of where the hero was actually going to be. Oh, arrow almost connects on a Truthless. That would have been really funny. They probably couldn't have followed up, but it would have been pretty cool. Maybe, oh, they popped the smoke. I'm not sure if they saw that because they have a sentry here, but no vision on the high ground. They might not have seen it. So smoke, and there is the Moonlight Shadow popped. Do they know? I'm sure Scotty is the big kill here. Scotty has Bloodstone. You gotta start knocking those charges off. Also, Daryl would be a pretty huge kill here. Daryl is here and has pretty low, but is backing off. Knows something is amiss. Knows Moonlight Shadow is there because it's over at this point, of course. They're all there in the jungle. They are putting sentries in all the camps just because they can, preventing Morphling from getting the farm in his own jungle. The Chaz has finished off the bottom tier 1 in the meantime. Has a finished Crimson Guard. He is so tanky at this point. Incredibly useful against the PA, against Mirana, against Kunkka. So he activates Crimson Guard. It lowers the amount of damage you take. So look, 100% chance to block 60 damage from every single attack. It's pretty incredible against heroes that are illusion based, or heroes that attack really quick but have a low base damage. Incredibly useful. Arrow does not connect on Thrill House. That would have been almost a certain guaranteed kill, even with everyone around here. Chaz is working on Blink next. It's going to be about 1k before it gets there. That'll be quite some time. Urk20 got the Blink a while ago. Had the reveal. That's what netted them the kill on the Thrill House. But of course, Urk died in return. They're all spending so much time around this tower. Arrow does connect on a Chaz, but he is so tanky. They throw a torrent down, they throw a boat down. Nice blink forward by Slardar into the back lines to stop Thrill House, but they pop Stampede, they pop Freezing Field, they pop Hoof Stomp, and Laguna Blade. Urk20 taking so much damage, but is able to get out of there somehow, popping the sick charges. That Rum made a huge difference. He was almost certainly going to die. Rum is losing its effect, so that's why all this damage is coming back onto him, even though he's not actually getting hit. So that's how the Rum works. It reduces the damage you take by like half, but then you take the damage later on after. Oh, blind arrow connects onto the TPing Scotty. TP is down. Ice Path connects. Macropyre is dropped. Could prop throw dual breath, but Scotty has full mana. Not worth wasting anymore on a skill that's never going to happen. Red Seal has finished off that Spirit Vessel. That's an essential item when you're fighting up against a Morphling. There's a few heroes where you have to get it. Think like Alchemist, Huskar, and Morphling. So for Morphling, you put the charge from the Spirit Vessel onto Morphling. Then when he does the Strength Shift, which would normally give him more HP, it doesn't actually give him more HP. Scotty zips forward very aggressively, gets stunned by something, gets hit by a torrent, doesn't quite get hit by the boat, but gets hit by the Ice Path. There is the X marks the spot. He must have accidentally caught it on himself. He gets TP'd himself back into the thick of things. Nice Ice Path connects onto 2, but he is totally dead. Poor Red Seal. Must have been a little bit of a misclick there. Scotty was forced to pop the Bloodstone active to survive there, to regen all the health from that. Haste runes popped by Scotty. They have a smoke. They're trying to circle around to pick off this PA. If Tim walks over here, they might be able to catch her out. But she has popped the blur, and it was not procced. It was not. They didn't come within range of her. They have to come within range of this area for it to dispel the blur. Fortunately, Tim stayed far enough away that they did not see her.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Chaz is just hanging out at mid, all by his lonesome. He knows he's taking enough. He knows he has Stampede. He knows he has Crimson Guard. He's gonna be fine. Nothing to worry about there. At this point, it's going to be, unless he's caught out, it's going to be extremely difficult to kill him. He's going to have to be alone, and they're going to have to chain all of their stuff on top of him. He takes very little damage from most things. It'll have to be like a lot of stuns while he's sitting in Macropyre and dual breath. Because Tim can't really, oh, there we go. Blink reveal by Chaz. Straight onto, oh gosh, Jojo gets totally annihilated by the Lupina Blade. Boat does not connect. Macropyre is dropped, but doesn't really hit on anyone. Blink forward by, Urk tries to blink, but probably gets the blink cancelled by Dragon Slave. Okay, there's the blink away to dodge the light track array. Tier 1 tower is almost down, but not quite. And it's not, no, now it's going to be within deny range. Kaiser just put liquid fire on there. Now it's definitely deniable. Fellowship is going to have to stay forward if they want to get the kill, but gets hit by light track array. There's so much damage. Nice ice path stops Chaz from getting off the hoof stomp, but they were able to deny it because Fellowship was trying to finish off that tower. Definitely trade-offs you have there. You want to get the last hit on the tower, so you get the money of the tower. But once it gets below a certain HP, the enemy team can deny it. And because Kaiser put that liquid fire onto it, the tower was definitely going within the deny range. So Urk definitely, yeah, Urk was right, I think, to stay forward and try to get the last hit. It almost cost him his life, though. And of course, Jojo died earlier. You don't want to see that. Net worth wise, definitely 5k advantage in favor of G.O.A.T.5, proving themselves the greatest of all time, it seems. Daryl's going the shotgun morphling build, already has the Ghost Scepter, will be helpful in general against the PA, but going for the Eagle Song next, finishing off the E-Blade, definitely will help Daryl to nuke down the Mirana and the Jakiro quite quickly. And of course PA. Tim is going more damage build, has the Battle Fury, has the Deso, can quickly take down a lot of heroes. The Deso plus the Corrosive Haze, that is a lot of armor reduction. Works very well together, but of course Tim is very, very vulnerable to just getting perma-stunned. With the Electric Vortex, with the Hoof Stomp, with the Light Strike Array, with the Frostbite, and at the moment, PA does not have any way to dispel anything. But they quickly taking down Roche with the Moonlight Shadow to initiate. They have Corrosive Haze and the Deso. Roche is quickly melting. Look at that, minus 12.6 armor. Just dying. They have so much stun. Here is Chaz. Gets caught in the ice path. Roshan goes down, but nobody's picked it up yet. Who's gonna get it? There's so many stuns, so much damage. Nobody's picked it up still. Down goes Tim. And Urk is quick to follow. Aegis is still on the ground. Chaz does grab it, and right as he grabs it, he dies to a random arrow by Mirana. Zip forward by Scotty, catches out Jakiro, and down goes Jakiro to, there's the reveal of the shotgun by Daryl. Everyone is just dying. That was a bit unfortunate. Nice timing by Chaz with the aggressive blink forward. Great ice path by Jakiro, but they just weren't able to kill Roshan off quickly enough, and nobody claimed the Aegis for such a long amount of time. That was absolute chaos in the pit. Too many stuns, too many things going on. G.O.A.T.5 has just all these AoE stuns. It's really hard to tell what's going on. It's really hard to see what's going on. It's really hard to find the Aegis and to avoid all those stuns. They would have had to finish off Rose and grab Aegis before Ice Path wore off on Chaz. Otherwise, Chaz is like right on top of the Aegis. And so, and Urk and Tim were there, and Tim is very squishy. So Tim's kind of screwed until she gets the BKB. She's vulnerable to everything. Slardar also needs that BKB for him to be very effective. The blink is definitely very helpful at the moment, but BKB is where it's at. Red Seal working on that halberd. They drop Macropyre, they drop Ice Path, does not connect, but able to clear out the creep wave. Oh, Corrosive Haze lands on the Chaz. Chaz melts to the Corrosive Haze, so much damage. Shotgun E-Blade by Daryl to create some space. Ice Path lands on 2 once again. Corrosive Haze on the Truthless dies to 1 more crit. They spotted out Thrill House. Thrill House hits 1 person with the Light Shock Ray, but there's 3 heroes here. Ice Path does connect. Some more crits, some more Phantom Strikes. Tim gets the last hit. Smoke popped by JoJo. They want to catch someone else out. Blink forward. Arrow almost connects, but gets blocked by the creep onto Daryl. Daryl has vision, is seen, but has the strength shift, has the E-Blade. Can they kill her? I don't know. There's 3 heroes here. Ice Blast does connect. Pretty good. Blink forward, bash to the deep, followed by the stun. Daryl has waveform up though, but dies. There's 5 heroes here. Too much damage. And X marks the spot. Was it there? Nice follow-up by the Fellowship team.
I'll leave them all
God.
in my wake.
Let's see. How do I do this? Let's see. There we go. That's annoying. Good follow-up there. They definitely got a lot of kills on the escape while G.O.A.T. was trying to extract themselves. You can see Tim has now taken the lead net worth-wise. Still, solid 5k net worth lead by G.O.A.T.5, spread across all 3 of their cores, which is definitely a scary thing. But it's a good sign to see that they can kill all the cores on the G.O.A.T. side when they're caught out. That's kind of like what I mentioned before, that the only way to kill them is to be able to stack all your things on top of each other. It's true for both teams. It seems they have plenty of stuns. If they can land one of them, they can just chain them up endlessly. There's not much you can do. So if you're caught alone, you're kind of screwed. Tim now has the BKB. Kaiser Sose has the Yules. I think she revealed that he revealed that last time. To set up, that's perfect setup. You Yule someone and then you ice path down. Guaranteed stun. Very useful for really anyone who zips in. Just Yules them and drop the ice path down. Guaranteed stuff. Urk also has BKB. It's gonna make him that much tankier. I'm hoping Urk goes for Axe next. Axe on Slardar is great. Makes him so much tankier, so much more sustainable, and will be extremely useful up against G.O.A.T.5. It increases his status resistance by a lot, so all the stuns they won't last very long on him. Red Seal has a finished halberd. That item it's definitely useful in the long run, but when it comes to the current state of the game, none of the G.O.A.T.5 heroes are really relying on. Okay, zip in, blink forward by Chaz, connects on a Slardar, but Slardar pops the BKB, zip in by Scotty. There's a Stampede, but everyone's popped BKB, they're all kind of immune. G.O.A.T.5 is kind of just running away immediately, kind of making sure the BKBs have worn out. And Fellowship is backing off in the meantime. They all survived, but they were not able to get any kills. They did take out this first tower. They have broken open the top lane. A little bit scary there, but a little bit of everyone was kind of going in different directions. Chaz went onto Slardar, was only able to catch out one, while Scotty went all the way into the back lines. Jakiro's Yules saved him from dying instantly, but Storm is not, he's not really all about, he doesn't deal that much burst damage. Sure, like mid game is pretty good, but once the other team is sufficiently tanky, he's got to just kind of like kite people around. Just zip around, be really annoying, just deal damage here and there, but not actually like be up in everyone's face. He's going to die to a Slardar, to a PA. If he lets them jump on top of him, he's going to be in trouble. They have smoke. They're looking to zip in onto somebody. There's the Yules, followed up by Light Strike Array. Perfectly timed. There's the shotgun. Thrill House does get the last hit. Blink forward with the War Stomp and the Electric Vortex onto Kunkka. Kunkka's taking all the damage. Poor Red Seal. Your boat is not going to save you. It does end up connecting, but that was stun after stun. Nice combinations. So Lena's the other hero that benefits greatly from a Yules. Similar to Jakiro. Jakiro is definitely easier to set up. You can drop the ice path before the Yules is over. Whereas with Lena, fleeing forward aggressively by Tim, gets caught out by Electric Vortex, but ice path goes down. Can Tim? Yeah, Tim pops the BKB in time. There's a Stampede. Tim blinks out to safety. After popping the BKB, Urk20 has TP'd in, but they're all running out of air. Very risky of Tim. Yes, she got the kill, but almost died in return. With all those stuns that are there, if Tim hadn't been able to, if Jakiro hadn't gotten off that ice path, stop Chaz from getting the other stuns, then she would have died too. And a pause 1 for a pause 4, definitely not worth it.
Oh, cover your eyes. Dire's bottom tower is taking a drubbing.
Okay, so where's everybody at this point? Rana has a Glimmer Cape. Perfect item. They are useful. It just makes it makes
This'll come in handy.
the ally, it makes the person you put it on, it makes them invisible after a small delay. It gives them a lot of magic resistance. So really good if someone's getting shotgunned by Daryl. That's the E-Blade plus Adaptive Strike plus Waveform. Gonna extremely effective against that. Also effective against Lena. She's very heavily magic damage based at this point. Everyone's pretty much magic damage. Yes, Morphling is going to kind of roll up into a physical DPS kind of game, but at this point they are all about that burst damage, all about that magic damage. They do have Moonlight Shadow popped. They want to catch someone out, but G.O.A.T.5 is doing a great job of sticking together, of kind of staying in the places they know are safe, where they have vision, where Fellowship cannot get to. Smoke is about to expire, and there it goes. They were not able to capitalize. Urk is staying pretty far forward, but they're kind of staying around each other. They're doing a good job about that. They really don't want to get, they don't want to get caught out, because they can easily get both teams can easily get bursted down. But Chaz is very tanky, so Chaz should be the frontliner on the G.O.A.T.5 side. They've popped a smoke in response. They really spot out Urk. They get the Electric Vortex, followed by the Hoof Stomp. But Tim has popped the BKB, dealing quite a bit of damage to Scotty. Urk does pop the BKB, but it's getting wrecked by Daryl. Daryl is also getting wrecked in response to Tim and all the cleave. Thrill House is almost dead. Chaz has gone down, but Urk 20, one more hit by Freezing Field does go down. Another Electric Vortex onto someone, and someone dies. Down goes PA, down goes Scotty. Two big streaks ended. Thrill House has bought back after getting killed. That should help stop them from pushing any further. JoJo's pretty low. Red Seal is doing okay, but all their big spells are now down, and their two big damage dealers are not here anymore. They gotta be careful. Daryl has shotgun back up. Thrill House still has her full combo available. Light Striker Raid, Dragon Slave, and Laguna Blade. That's a lot of damage. Ooh, Red Seal, you did it. Red Seal has enough for Ags on Kunkka. I know I say this a lot, that like this is my favorite Ags hero. So I usually kind of couch it by saying it's one of my favorite Ags. So like in this case, it's in my top 5 Ags heroes. Kunkka is. Torrent Storm is just immensely fun to have. G.O.A.T.5 is considering going on Roche. Some unfortunate bashes, and they're like, okay, we can't take it down that quick. They do have wards out, so they should know if someone gets in there. Oh, the Observer Ward is put in sight of the Sentry Ward, so G.O.A.T.5 should be able to deward that pretty quickly. Thrill House has the range. There we go, quickly does it. They have the safety Glimmer Cape, so Thrill House can't get quickly picked off. Very nice. Poor Kaiser. Had to waste an Observer Ward for that. Yes, observers are free, but they do give money to the enemy. They give money to the enemy team, and they're in much shorter supply than sentries are. I keep getting interrupted by fights before I can go through everyone's items. So yes, JoJo is working on Meteor Hammer, has the Glimmer Cape already, like we said. Meteor Hammer, it will add to the combinations of stuns that Fellowship already has. Yet another AoE stun to put on top of the many AoE stuns. It's a bit risky because it has a very long channel time. See, look, it takes 2.5 seconds to channel. So that means she needs 2.5 seconds where she is not interrupted by also the many stuns on the side of G.O.A.T.5. So she's going to have to stay out of the thick of things and not get picked off by Scotty zipping into the back lines or Morphling waveforming forward. So many ways to interrupt it. Still, it's okay. I would have preferred like a Lotus Orb, but hey, it works. JoJo zips in, picks off Truthless's courier. Another sad thing about the being a support and the way they have couriers these days, because everyone has their own courier and everyone wants to have vision on Roche, and you can't put wards in Roche. That's a way to get vision on Roche, is you put your courier there. And because supports have to sacrifice everything in the games, because that's life of a support, then you gotta you have to sacrifice your courier for that. So it's almost guaranteed to die, but then at least you have vision in case the enemy team does go in. G.O.A.T.5 does have these good wards here, but wards do not reveal smoke as of many years ago. So here we go. They've smoked. They can walk into Roche now. They did pop Moonlight Shadow just now. That might have been seen. They're going forward pretty aggressively. I saw people pinging, but I don't know who pinged it out. The Real House does get spotted out. First hit bash, Slithering Crush, Ice Pass. She is just totally gone. Did she pick up the Minotaur Horn? She did pick it up. That would have been a huge catch-off if they had been able to grab the Minotaur Horn. It was almost perfect. That's a really good item to have. Perfect for many heroes. Minotaur Horn is a neutral item. When it's active, it gives you magic immunity. So it's the same as BKB, but it costs nothing and it has a pretty short cooldown. Yes, it's only 2 seconds, but it's really, really good. It's awesome. But it didn't happen. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Why, Chaz? What? Chaz, what did you... Why? Well, Chaz had my favorite neutral... Well, my favorite tier 4 neutral item, the Havoc Hammer. I think that's just OP, especially on a Centaur. But he dropped it and grabbed Minotaur Horn instead. I don't know. Sorry, Chaz. You don't make any sense to me. Havoc Hammer it deals damage in an AoE based upon your... See if I can find him. Here we go. It knocks enemies back. It deals damage based upon your strength. It's free. It has a 10-second cooldown, and it slows them for 3 seconds. So many effects, all with one item, and it's free. It's free. So he just blinks forward, hoof stomps, and knocks back with a slow. It's like made for Centaur. But I guess the hoof stomp, the Minotaur Horn will make him more sustainable. I would have recommended him have both, and then like once he uses the Minotaur Horn, then he swaps in the Havoc Hammer. I don't know. Because they both provide bonus strength, right? Yeah, they both provide about the same strength bonus. So G.O.A.T.5 grabs bottom racks, while Fellowship grabs top racks. So lane for lane trade. I guess that's okay. Ice Path connects onto 1. BKBs have been popped by both sides. Down goes Toothless. Sorry, Toothless. You're just guaranteed to die. But Urk dies in response. Tim is here. Arrow connects on E-Bladed. Thrill House, and Thrill House goes down. Should have not have buyback. Toothless has bought back. Scotty's still here. Tim is quite low, but still has the Aegis. Urk hasn't bought back. Tim pops the Flare, but gets instantly caught out by a Hoof Stomp and a Double Edge. Chaz is here. Ice Path goes down. But Tim is disarmed and is getting hexed and wrecked. Gets instantly shotgunned down. That was incredible. And Ags on Scotty gets the electric vortex onto 2. Red Seal almost certainly going down, and in fact goes down. Gets the after death torrent, but it's not going to do much. Oh gosh, that was a bit rough. 3 heroes down. This is not a true fight recap. That was a very extended fight. There was a buyback by Truthless, at least, by the Crystal Maiden. I'm not sure if it made that much of a difference, but I think it did make Fellowship back off. That's the perks of a Storm once again, is Scotty can go in and go out, go in, go back to the fountain, regen all your mana, and then go back into the fight. It was a big kill that they were able to kill off Slardar fairly early on. A very big kill. He is definitely a hero you gotta be scared of. Because they killed him off, and Phantom Assassin was kind of trapped out there alone. They drop Macropyre down, Crows of Haze, but there's a Lotus Orb. There's Lotus Orb to purge off the Crows of Haze. Nice job by Chaz. Truthless has a blink. Okay. Chaz is just tanking things up. Zip in by Scotty, gets the Electric Vortex connection onto Kaiser. Nice blink in and hoof stop, follow up stun by Kaiser. They're able to take out Jojo Elephant by Darrow with the shotgun. Scotty pops the BKB and zips quickly out. Has no mana, they pop the Stampede to make sure they all get away. Everyone's safe. Quick 1-for-0 kill. Buyback by Jojo on that Mirana. They were able to protect their mid-backs, so that was good. But it's always scary when they can dive your tier 4s and kill you and get away with it. So we have a Meteor Hammer by Jojo. Apparently Jojo, the Meteor Hammer item is just his thing. So there we go. I look forward to seeing Meteor Hammer used and turning the tide in this game. it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really great. It totally could turn the tide of the game. It totally could, given like the great setups. We shall see. Lakunka has Torrent Storm. He might have used it, and I wasn't paying attention because there's so many things going on. I love Torrent Storm. It's just in my top five Ags spells. Sardar has BKB, doesn't have any big items next. Has a lot of money stocked up. Working on the AC. AC will be pretty effective. I know G.O.A.T.5 is still fairly magic damage at this point, but Daryl's starting to stack it up, can deal quite a bit of physical damage at this point, and of course as the game gets later and later, they have to rely more and more on that physical damage. So AC will of course be very effective, but looks like he's probably wants to make sure he has buyback available. So that's let's see, he only has 3,200 gold to still have enough money for buyback. So that's the whole reliable gold versus whatever. So 3216 is the surplus gold. That's the gold on top of money he needs for buyback. Yeah, buyback cost is 12.95. So yeah, I've always been confused with what the difference between reliable and unreliable gold is. So Tim is working on something next. Looks like she has enough for Abyssal, but she also probably wants to have buyback. Very important. She has Bash, which is great. Kaiser has the Yules, has the Glimmer Cape, working on Sheep, going for that big money item, big ticket items. Sheep can be a game-changing item. There's no Lincolns yet on the GOAT side, so pretty good. Oh, neutral item. Let's see, any good neutral items? Okay, Illusionist Cape on the PA. That gives her an illusion that is like indistinguishable from herself, and it's pretty tanky as well. Sardar has Orb of Destruction. That's even more magic armor reduction. Chikiro has the Telescope. That gives AoE, attack range, and spell cast range. So pretty for attack range for ranged heroes, not melee heroes. That would be OP. So on the GOAT side, Daryl has already finished up the Scotty. Extremely tanky at this point. Once you strength, like right now, Morphling is totally shifted to Agi only. 325 Agi. That's ridiculous. That's just insane. Look at that armor. 52 armor because of all that Agi. 75% physical resist. And still almost 1600 HP with the maxed out shift. Let's see whose computer, so that stinks. Tim's computer just totally crashed. I'm glad everyone's being nice and pausing for it. Very polite of you. You're all good sports. So Darrow's has the Princess Knife. So Princess Knife is great. It means like every 10 seconds, one attack will hex the target for 1.5 seconds. I think we saw it in that previous fight where that's part of why Tim died. She got hexed for that 1.5 seconds, which was the slow and meant that she couldn't blink away. Very effective. Storm has the Bloodstone with quite a few number of charges. Has the Ags for that AoE stun, AoE Electric Vortex. Has the BKB. All the way down to 6 seconds, of course. Working on that Scotty next. Scotty works very well with Storm. You kind of activate Scotty as you zip in, and it does the AoE to like everyone you go by. Pretty good. Centaur has Lotus, has Crimson Guard, has Halberd. Halberd's great against PA. Working on Sheep. That'll be fun. Lena has Yules, has Aether Lens for that cast range. Working on Ags. So the Ags for Lena, I find it kind of boring. It makes her Laguna Blade her ult, which is like a single target, lots of damage. It goes through Spell Immunity and it's pure. So the pure means that it ignores any kind of magic resistance. And then Spell Immunity means that, like, yeah, you pop BKB and you can still cast Laguna Blade on them. Yeah, it definitely makes it better. And it is all about that burst damage, so it should help to follow through on killing off Tim or killing off anyone. But I find it kind of boring because Laguna Blade already, it does what damage it does. And so making it pure doesn't really add that much for having to spend so much money. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Still, it's pretty good. And it gives you those stats for buying Ags in the first place. finally they're going on this tier 1 tower. And there's the meteor hammer. So meteor hammer, it's just, oh gosh, they spot out Truthless, and Truthless just, oh, almost there. They have to drop down a sentry so they can finish off Truthless, aggressive brings forward by Eric. They did have to waste a sentry. That's one less they have. That is, it does cost money, but they do it. They quickly take down the tier 1, and they also quickly take down the tier 2. It melts with 5 heroes and all of that armor reduction. Oh, Tim has ninja gear now instead of illusionist cape. Does someone have illusionist cape? There's meteor hammer again. Oh gosh, so much damage onto JoJo just from a zip in and out. Whoa, blink forward onto Thrill House, and Thrill House just melts again. That's the torrent storm. Torrents everywhere. Nice work. Nice flip stomp forward, blink forward onto Urk. Electric Vortex catches that onto 3. Incredible one. Zip back and forth, takes out Urk with the BKB. Stampede is popped. Hits onto JoJo. JoJo TP's out. They don't have a way to cancel it. JoJo gets out perfectly fine. Red Seal is close enough to here. Drops down the torrent. It does connect onto Scotty. Ice Path to block off them walking over there. Chaz blinks forward. It does not connect onto Red Seal. Oh, that was a bit of bad luck. Red Seal decided to walk over there before he TP'd, which has saved his life for sure. Okay, so only Sardar died. But so they killed the pause 4 and 5 of G.O.A.T.5, and they lost their pause 3. That's okay, I suppose. They dealt quite a bit of damage to this tier 3 tower, which definitely matters. Now top and mid lanes are totally gone, and bot is definitely getting there. Looks like Fellowship is gonna wait for Roche to spawn potentially. But DD on PA, they gotta be careful. BKB popped by Scotty, because he needs to. He was caught out. Pops BKB, gets a nice 2-person stun. Torch Storm going crazy with the Macropyre. Stampede popped by Chaz. Chaz has very little mana. Can they catch anyone out? They are hunting. They are hunting. Can they find anyone? Chaz is here. Has Blink up though. Should be fine. Everyone's kind of spread out. Chaz has enough mana for a TP. Not sure what he's waiting for. There we go. Blink to safety and TP. Very, very nice. Scotty zips forward onto, doesn't quite catch by Red Seal. Nice Ice Pass connects on 1. Again, another good Electric Vortex onto 2. Freezing Field doing so much damage with the shotgun. Down goes Kaiser Sose, and down goes Red Seal. That was a 3-time spree on Kaiser. All about those pickoffs. They can keep someone in place for such a long amount of time. They totally needed that. Oh, Arcane onto a Storm. That's just rude. So rude. The Storm has Spell Prism. That's just cooldown reduction. Pretty legit for Storm. Plus Arcane Rune. So that's like... That's... what's Arcane Rune? It's... How do I see it? Okay, well, it won't show me. But it's also cooldown reduction. And mana reduction. So lots of mana reduction. Centaur still has Minotaur Horn. Lena has Quickening Charm. That's lowering cooldown reduction. Lowering cooldowns again. Titan Sliver on CM. Okay. That gives her more static resistance and magic resistance. It just makes you tankier in general. I guess she's super squishy, so it's a good thing. Oh, they want to take out Roche, but everyone's still around here. Oh, Tim leaps in. Arrow connects. Can they take out? Yes, they take out Scotty with a few quick hits and the crazy crits. Amazing arrow. Down goes Scotty. Scotty does buy back. Immediately TPs around. And Fellowship backs off. They're playing it safe. They know everyone's here. They have all their stuff. Oh, they blink in forward. They go everything on this. They pop BKBs. They pop Stampede. They were almost certain. Clever plays by Fellowship. Now Darrow's like, I want to go for this now. Darrow wants to get the Roche. I'm not sure why, because everyone's here. Are you sure you want to do it? Gets the bash. Oh, but Urk gets instantly murdered. Lotus is not going to help you. There was no stuns. Minotaur Horn popped by Chaz. Oh gosh, so many crits onto the Morphling. Morphling, Darrow like goes away. Light Shock Ray doesn't really connect, but there is Electric Vortex onto 2. Chaz gets stunned. Blink forward by Urk with the buyback, able to quickly take out Thrill House. Quickly take out Truthless, like before the Freezing Field can really do much. Wow, 3-man Vortex once again by Scotty. He is just zipping in and out. Incredible amount of control. Oh, blink forward and Chaz is going down. That was pretty wild. Buyback by Chaz as well. So that was
Time
3
is
kills.
running out for Dyer's
No
middle
buybacks
tower.
though, but 2 buybacks. Oh, there we go. 3 buybacks now.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
Tim able to pick up the Aegis. Aegis is down. Oh gosh, Scotty is died back. Scotty's dead. Scotty's gone for good. Thrilhouse is also gonna die. That's also a dieback. Daryl gets X marked. He's in trouble. Chaz blinks in, able to take out. Yeah, Jojo is dead. But Chaz, what are you gonna do? Chaz goes down. That's also a dieback. Now all we have left is Truthless and
Radiant's middle
Daryl.
barracks are under attack.
well,
Don't
this is
make
quite
me
a
come
pickle
in
they're
there.
in. 3-for-1 trade once again. Oh no, poor Truthless. Good blink forward. And here's Tim for the cleanup kill. Oh, gets instantly annihilated by that E-Blade with Daryl. Down goes Truthless. But they have claimed the Aegis. Still, they pop Fortify. But they got a lot of damage. Not much Daryl can do.
Dyer's middle tower
They're all too
is
tanky.
under
Urk
attack.
is probably the squishiest at this point. But Daryl has to be careful with Urk. Oh gosh, blinks in very aggressively. Gets a nice hex, but gets stunned. Oh, that was unfortunate. Good attempt by Daryl. Oh, able to finish off Urk. Okay. With the illusions and the 2 waveform charges, pretty good. Come on, objective gaming. Cornstorm is popped. Daryl could probably pick someone else off. Working on Red Seal. Red Seal gets hexed. There's a bash. Down goes Red Seal. Tim versus Daryl. Carry versus Carry. Oh no, Tim gets killed. Daryl able to finish it off, prevent the game from ending. Kaiser, be careful. Ice Path lands. There's no megas. Kaiser, okay, Kaiser's okay. Daryl able to stop. Oh, but okay, here's Red Seal and Tim. Okay, now we're in trouble. Everyone bought back. Tim is back up to full. Daryl has 1 waveform charge. Has the Manta. Is the strength morph enough? Has 1 more waveform charge. Should be able to get out of there. But waveform is forward into the boat and gets hit. And they take the ancient. Nice, very good defense by Daryl. Doing so great in a 1v4 situation with buybacks. Fellowship of the Ping is able to take out the game 1 victory. Congrats to them. Nice play by both sides. Somehow, G.O.A.T.5 had a 15k net worth lead. I'm guessing because of all the buybacks. That was pretty crazy. Okay, that was fun. Yeah, let me see what the... Was it the buybacks? Hey, look, definitely, like, the stats show in favor of G.O.A.T.5, like, a lot of the time. But Fellowship had those pretty key fights. That last one was, the big key thing in the end part was the Roche. That G.O.A.T.5 was almost absolutely certain that Fellowship was still in there finishing off Roche because they have Crows of Haze, they have so much armor reduction, they can take down Roche so quickly. They popped their BKBs, they popped Stampede, they popped all their blinks. They popped everything on that. But no one was actually there. And then Tim picked up the Aegis and things just kind of went from there. Okay. Time to switch back to the other screen. Cause yeah. Here we go, other screen. Let me load up the second game. I downloaded both of them, but for some reason when I view my downloads in the Dota client, it's not showing the ones that like I downloaded. I don't know what's up with it. Something seems messed up. So I gotta fix it. Let me delete these things. Delete. I have the match IDs over here. Search. Match IDs. We got 1 more game for tonight. Oh, it didn't even download. Well, that would explain why it's not there. Or no, it must have downloaded, but I deleted it on accident. I don't know. Here it goes. Okay. We got
5 seconds remaining. Radiant
pause.
team
There's
banned.
that. And I'm gonna order dinner right now because I'm really hungry. And it'll probably come by the time this is over. But feel free to enjoy the tree going crazy back there in the meantime. This is my one time a week that I order delivery food. Usually I do it on Fridays, but because of the schedules this weekend, I was quite pissy. And instead we had pho on Friday, and it wasn't delivery, so it doesn't count. Even though it was like going out to eat, it doesn't count. Okay. Ready, set, go. Here we go. It's been ordered. Okay, here we go. So Fellowship of the Ping won game number 1. Here we have game number 2. Should be a good one. Let's see if G.O.A.T.5 can come back and take game number 2. Again, it's just a best of 2. It's not like there's a winner or loser necessarily from this series. It all just kind of like adds up as part of the group stages, and it kind of orders everyone based upon how many wins you have. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And now I kind of know the different like the roles that the various people play. Oh, and now you get to watch the cool like animation view thingy, but with music this time. Here we go. Wait. Oh wait, no, I gotta do it. The Streamlabs is kind of weird sometimes. Okay.
Team ban.
Yeah, so dramatic. Ah, it
Radiant
gets me every
team
time.
ban.
It's just so good. Here we are, back in game number 2 of Amateur Dota 2 League Season 30, not Season 29. This is the Contender League, week number 1, game number 2 between G.O.A.T.5 and Fellowship of the Ping.
Remaining.
Fellowship of the Ping won game number 1. Let's see
5
if
seconds
G.O.A.T.5
remaining.
can take game number 2. I really wish that I had a better name to call both of them, because G.O.A.T.5 rolls off the tongue nicely, but it doesn't have nearly the same je ne sais quoi as greatest of all time 5, or like the 5 greatest of all time. And I mean, it sounds cool if it was like the G.O.A.T.5, like that would sound cool. I could say like G.O.A.T.5, that's too many syllables. And Fellowship of the Ping is too many syllables as well. And FOTP sounds weird if I use the acronym. And
Team ban.
and Fellowship, I don't know. FOTP? Something? Well, if you have a cool name you want me to call you by that's not your whole name, just let me know, because that would be really fun. So these ban periods looks very similar to last game. Fellowship bans out
10
Juggernaut once
seconds
again.
remaining.
Well, someone banned it last time. CK is also
Radiant
banned.
team pick.
Pretty good. Okay, they banned Juggernaut and Sven. Same as last time. They know who they hate playing up against when it comes to carries.
Team pick.
G.O.A.T.5 bans out the Wind Ranger and the CK. Pretty sure we saw that last game too. One very evasive and annoying and good utility hero, and CK is the just good offlaner, can be a carry, has all the illusions, has the
10
RNG
seconds
stun
remaining.
time, Chaos Bolt, all around a great hero.
5 seconds
I think
remaining.
at this point in the meta, typically you see like a pause 3 CK going for Ags, because Ags is super crazy, and I've seen some really annoying like rat builds that are really mean, where you get Ags on CK and like you just push with the illusions. So you just use your CK ult and then you send all the illusions to one lane or to like across multiple lanes, and then you just do damage to towers. It's super annoying to push high when you're pushing high ground, and it's super hard to defend against because those illusions, they take a lot to kill. So first picks, we've got Mirana by G.O.A.T.5. That is the last time Fellowship had Mirana. I think
10
JoJo was playing
seconds
Mirana last
remaining.
time. And JoJo, I did not see any crazy meteor
5
hammer
seconds remaining.
combos. Okay, FOTP. I will call you FOTP then. And G.O.A.T.5, I can, if you have a different name, you can let me know too. FOTP. Yeah, so JoJo, I did not see a really cool meteor hammer play this time. You did really good job on the towers. That was quite good, actually. You nailed those towers. I didn't see anything combined with other stuns. It was still cool. Let's see how this one works. So we've got Vengeful Spirit picked up by Fellowship of the Ping. I think that was banned out last time. VS typically is played as a support, especially if you're picking her right off the bat. But technically VS can be a carry, like technically.
Team pick.
Really weird to see her as a carry, but she's very good because she has this Vengeance aura, which is great on multiple
Radiant
levels.
team
It gives
ban.
AoE percentage-based bonus damage to allies around her. And it also means that when she dies, an illusion of her stays behind. That illusion cannot cast any spells unless you get Ags, but it also has the
Radiant
Vengeance
team
aura. So
ban.
if you kill her, she can still attack you back, and she still buffs up her allies. So
Dire
she's
team
super annoying in that
Radiant
sense,
team
that you're like,
ban.
well, I have to kill her, but I also have to kill her again, or else she might kill me back. And the illusion is totally controllable by Vengeful Spirit. Pretty fun. So G.O.A.T.5 picks up Underlord, who was banned last time, who's a great offlaner. He does some incredible stuff. He looks very big, and he also is very tanky, very hard to kill. He's got his passive, which reduces
5
damage
seconds remaining.
dealt by enemy heroes and enemy things in general, like in that area around him. And he gets more damage based, like when creeps or heroes die around him, he gets buffed up. And he's got a big AoE root, which like continuously roots over time if you stay within it. He's got his giant Uber thing that he can pop. I'll definitely call it the Uber thing when we see it. You'll have to wait and see that one. And he's got his Firestorm, which does like percentage based damage, which is why it scales well. It'll deal damage percentage based upon your HP, your max HP, which is great. So Death Prophet is picked up by Fellowship. Looks like everyone's getting their favorite heroes. These are all heroes except Mirana that were
Dire
banned
team ban.
in the last game. Death Prophet, most likely the mid. I don't see how you could play her really many other ways. Actually, I did see, I think, a pro game like yesterday. Death Prophet was an offlane Death Prophet. They had like such a weird
Dire
lineup,
team
and
pick.
it did not go well. Offlane Death Prophet. It did not go very well. I think that was, who was it? Let's see, Thompson was playing. Everything was all weird. I don't know. Death Prophet is great mid laner, super fun. We'll see how she does. More bans out. They don't want to play
10
against Slardar
seconds
again.
remaining.
Slardar was just crazy effective. That was Urk. Just Slardar is
5
so
seconds
annoying.
remaining.
They ban out Mars too. Mars is crazy good offlaner, crazy effective, really good utility. Yeah, yes, Mars is like really fun to watch. Drow is a great carry hero. Yes, she does need some farm, and yes, she's very squishy, but she deals a lot of damage. Really good hero to have on your side. Fellowship bans out Shadow Fiend, the typical mid hero. Fairly strong, bans out Lina. We saw Lina last game. We don't want to see another Lina. She was very good with those Light Strike arrays. G.O.A.T.5 kept chaining stuns after stuns. Like only one of them had to land it, like a Hoof Stomp from Centaur,
Radiant team
or a Light
pick.
Strike array, or Electric Vortex. It seemed like that was most of the initiation from
Dire
Scotty.
team pick.
And then they just chain them one after the other. Then they ban out Fellowship bans out PA. I guess they don't want to see her on the other side, because she's crazy good. Crazy's good at scaling. Fellowship picks up Witch Doctor as their second support, presumably. Witch Doctor's
10 seconds
pretty
remaining.
good. Doesn't scale to the late game super well, but very effective early game.
5 seconds
Pretty
remaining.
effective mid game. His big thing, multiple big things. One of them is he has like this paralyzing cask. He like throws this skull thingy or a monkey head or something at a hero, and it'll bounce back and forth between random units around it, and each one deals like a small stun. So if you line it up perfectly, you can have it bounce between two enemy heroes, and they're kind of like perma stun for a good like 5 seconds, and it's very embarrassing when that happens. It's kind of funny. But Witch Doctor's more of Witch Doctor's like scaling an annoying thing is
Radiant
Maledict.
team pick.
It's like an AoE area thing. He drops it down, and any enemy units in that area, they take damage over time based upon how much damage was dealt to them since Maledict started.
Radiant
So
team ban.
basically, if you put Maledict on someone and then you deal like half of their damage, half of their HP as damage, then they're almost certainly going to die after a couple of Maledict ticks. Pretty good. Jakiro's picked up. We know Jakiro's just all around great hero. Looks like G.O.A.T.5 is picking up some of the two of the
10
Fellowship
seconds remaining.
team's heroes from last game. Boyd is picked
Dire
up.
team
Classic
ban.
carry hero.
Radiant
Great
team
overall.
ban.
Has Time Walk to help protect him from dying. Has the passive bash chance. It's not a guaranteed bash like Slardar is, but it scales very well, and it deals more damage, I think, than bash does. And it's percentage based. It's like a chance of
10
happening.
seconds remaining.
He's just very good, and he has his Chronosphere, which is his big
5
ult,
seconds remaining.
which creates like a big bubble on the field and freezes everyone, enemies and allies alike. Very effective, yeah, and you can't block it. Fellowship picks up Magnus.
Dire team
maybe their
ban.
offlaner, I guess. Their offlaner probably.
Radiant team
Magnus is
pick.
great. Has good initiation spells, good spam spells, good at buffing up allies with the Empower, and has the RP reverse polarity, which goes through BKB. It's a pretty long stun, and it works in like an AoE, and it brings everyone
10
into a small
seconds
point.
remaining.
So it works well to combo with other spells, with other AoE spells, which Fellowship does not
team
have,
pick.
but it could combo with ooh. Okay, I'm liking this. G.O.A.T.5. I feel like you're gonna win this game now. Okay, so the bans were Spectre and Slark for G.O.A.T.5 because they're still waiting for the carry, and Spectre's a great carry. Slark is a bit weaker, but also equally
10
annoying.
seconds
Fellowship bans out
remaining.
Quap and Leshrac, two great mids. That would do
5
pretty well up
seconds
against Death
remaining.
Prophet, but G.O.A.T.5 picks Invoker. Yeah. We're gonna see the awesome Invoker Void combo. Sure, it's super easy, but it's still really fun to watch. So Invoker, if he gets an Ags, he gets a spell called Cataclysm, which means that it casts he has another ability called Sunstrike, which is like a global thing, and it casts, like, there's like a 1.5 second delay, and it just drops this giant, like, strike of sunbeam, like, onto an area, an AoE little area, and it does a good amount of damage. So Cataclysm casts 2 of those right next to every single enemy hero, no matter where they are. So you have Void, and Void pops Chronosphere, and it freezes whoever's in it for the duration of the Chronosphere. So then you pop the Chronosphere, and then Invoker pops Cataclysm. Crazy amounts of damage. Really fun to combo. Kind of cheesy. But hey, it's fun. It's fun. The Fellowship as their +1,
Choose
they
your
pick up
hero.
Medusa. Okay? Medusa is great, scales very well, incredible carry hero, but does need a good amount of farm to become effective. Needs some protection. She's a bit squishy when it comes to earlier games. Gotta be a bit delicate. Yes, she is ranged, so it's a bit easier for her to be safe, but her damage is kind of negligible for a while. So her big thing is she has this mana shield. Well, multiple big things again. She has a mana shield which absorbs some percentage of damage that she takes while consuming mana instead of consuming her HP. So it makes her very tanky if she has a very big mana pool. So for her, you just build a lot of stats, and she becomes incredibly tanky. And she has Split Shot, which attacks multiple enemies at once with her like arrows. And her ult is very awesome. But she needs some items to get those stats so she can scale, and she needs to not be like, she needs to be able to survive long enough that she has mana to pop her ult and be able to still like dish out damage. She's basically gonna like just walk into the fight and just start attacking, just auto attack everyone around her without too much direction. It's gonna attack everyone and pop your Stone Gaze and just try to kill everyone. And sometimes it works out that you're strong enough and you kill everyone. Sometimes they kill you. I don't know. Could go either way. Pretty fun. So, who do I think's gonna? Oh yeah, I already said I think G.O.A.T.5's gonna win because they have a lot of fun combos. Like Chronosphere is good just overall initiation. They have so many things to just chain together with it. Macropyre in Chronosphere with the Pit of Malice, the Root, all this AoE junk, and Cataclysm. It all works very well together, similar to last game where they comboed so many spells one after the other. Whereas Fellowship, their stuff isn't as AoE oriented, isn't as
Not meant to be.
yes, it's good for like single targets, but not so good when it comes to team fights. Witch Doctor's casks, they only hit one target at a time, and it kind of depends on the bounces. So you got to use it situationally. Vengeful Spirits stun is single target. Medusa's stun is like Stone Gaze. It means if you look at her for like 2 seconds or something, 2 seconds, then you get stunned for quite some time. Mag has RP, but again, that's also with ult. So very long cooldown, 130 seconds. And he has to get in melee range to use it. So he kind of needs a blink or he needs to skewer into range. Death Prophet has no stuns. So based upon like ease of execution, I'm going to favor G.O.A.T.5 in this case. We're watching a replay, so I can like skip forward, I think. Let's see. Skip forward a bit.
My pet.
Skip forward. Oh, okay, good. There we go. That was quick. So who is playing what? Tim the Enchanter on Medusa at top, supported by Kaiser on the Vengeful Spirit with a really cool skin. I like it. It looks kind of like the Drow skin with the top hat. Aw, such friendly high fives. So friendly. They're facing off against Thrill House on the Mirana, supporting Chaz on the Underlord. That's going to make for some nasty combos. Pit of Malice into an arrow, followed up by like the multiple other routes of Pit of Malice. That's going to be really, really annoying to deal with. Fortunately, they're both ranged heroes, so yeah, Kaiser won't really be able to kill anyone, but Tim should be able to stay back and play it safe. At mid, we've got Scotty on the Invoker facing off up against Red Seal on the Death Prophet. Who's going to get the rune? We've got a Skewer. Yeah, they should be okay. They get it. Okay. Oh, nice. Perfect cast bounces onto the two of them. They decided not to take advantage of that, but they do secure the bounty runes. Nice job there. 2 for 2 for both of them. I was hoping for a cask and then a skewer up onto the thing here. That's always really cute. You just skewer them up onto this little cliff, and then it forces them to TP over here. It's kind of pointless in the early, like at the start, because everyone always has TPs and they always come off cooldown right at 0 seconds. So it doesn't really mean much, but it's like a mind game. It's always fun. Jojo being really annoying with those paralyzing casks, stopping Daryl from getting those much needed last hits. Oh, the slow from the dual breath. Getting so many extra hits onto Urk. Oh, it's a cute little bunny courier. Yay. Yeah, so bottom is Jojo on the Witch Doctor. Supporting Urk on Magnus. Magnus got level 1 in power, so that's a lot more damage. Makes it a lot easier for him to get last hits. And it does cleave. Oh, and down goes Truthless's courier. It had a sentry on it, so Truthless lost that sentry. They are each trying to attack each other, doing pretty good damage. Urk is dropping kind of low. Okay. Daryl goes forward, takes some damage for that last hit, but Urk is quite low. So on the goat side, on the bottom, we've got Truthless on the Chikiro, helping out Daryl on the Void. Oh, Truthless gotta be super careful. Jojo has the cask. If we get some good bounces. Okay, does not bounce perfectly. Truthless takes some damage, but Urk is dropping crazy low. Gotta be careful. Fortunately, Truthless does not have enough mana for stuff yet. Daryl pops the salve. You saw that there. He was able to time walk off some of the damage from the shockwave. Oh, Urk is just so slow. If Truthless gets off a slow... Okay, come on. Oh no, that was your chance. Okay, no! Jojo gets a second courier, kills a second one. There's Maledict with the bounces. Okay, time walk off some of the damage. Maledict, though, is on Daryl. But Urk is taking so much damage. Daryl has one more Maledict tick. It's not going to be enough. Truthless trying to get a last hit, but who's going to get it? Come on, there's a shockwave with the slow. Oh, you're just... That's kind of a bad manner pause. I don't know. Whoa, Fiery Man, that's a bit uncalled for. G.O.A.T.5 is doing great. They are not complete trash. And Chaz has done amazingly well. I'm hoping you're on the G.O.A.T.5 team and you're allowed to make those kind of comments. Looks like Invoker disconnected. Well, I feel like Truthless is going to die. There's not enough time for him to turn around and cast anything because this dual breath has a very, very long cast animation. And he was slowed by the shockwave. 2 more hits to do the trick, and we have 1 coming out from Jojo. Urk is like poised with the hammer, about to swing down. Should be first blood. Let's skip forward. Here we go. There we go. 1 more hit and down goes. Oh gosh. My mouse kind of freaked out. There was Invoker trying for the lucky Sunstrike, but kind of unfortunately for him, Urk was actually staying a bit closer. It did not get clipped by the Sunstrike. Ooh, snake, Mystic Snakes. Thrill House does not in fact die, but has taken a good amount of damage. Needs to be very careful. Darrow's taking some good damage from the Maledict, but still has 3 more Tangos, has some stick charges, and has the Ring of Regen. Should be okay. Okay, so let's check out mid. How is mid going? The last hit wise, they're about even. Red Seal has the advantage of his burst damage. Scotty is going a more balanced build. Let's see if he favors more Exort heavy, the more damage intensive build. We shall see. It definitely makes it easier to last hit. Definitely makes it easier to dish out damage, but it does make you less sustainable because you get less regen from a Quas. But he's ready with that Sunstrike. I think they want to get some kind of stun. That Sunstrike is global. Someone needs to die really soon. Oh, Kaiser spots out Thrill House. Do they want to trade hits? Gets the Magic Missile out, but Thrill House has the last hit, the base damage advantage over Kaiser. Urk is a bit low, but has a salve, should be fine. Has level 2 Empower already. Definitely helps with the last hitting. He just hits like a truck. He does have a giant hammer, but technically size is not everything. Cute little bunny. Oh gosh, things happening. Nope, nobody died. They're all solo. Oh, Arrow does not connect onto Kaiser. Thrill House is pretty low, but does have the leaps away, so should be fine no matter what. Tim is maxing out the Mystic Snake on the Medusa. Makes the most sense for sure. 5-minute bounty runes. Looks like Fellowship is able to secure some of them, but it's a 2 for 2 trade once again. Nice job, Truthless, getting the bottom bounty.
Dire's top tower is under
Okay, so
attack.
how are the other people doing? So in the off lane, Arrow doesn't quite connect. Chaz is doing incredibly well when it comes to last hits, but he has a bit of an unfair advantage. He's got incredibly high base damage normally, and he gets this buff. This is the Atrophy Aura. So this like it means. Oh no! Jojo died at bottom. Probably got some good bashes and the incredible slow from Dual Breath and the incredibly low cooldown. Oh gosh, and a top Thrill House is dying. I'm just all over the place here. Thrill House dies to one final Mystic Snake from Tim. Chaz is going to be hard to kill, but Chaz is still hanging around. Oh, TP over by the Witch Doctor. Firestorm is dropped because Chaz knows he's probably going to die. Paralyzing Cast to cancel out the TP. Obviously nothing to bounce around to, and there's no Maledict yet. Chaz is kind of low. Magic Missile up at 1, but Arrow there with the counter kill, and there's the Pit of Malice for the root. Kaiser avoids it, has a Magic Missile, there's the Maledict. It does connect, but there's not enough follow-up damage. They should all be okay. A little bit hairy. Just a little bit. In which Doctor did TP for that. Jojo's putting in a deep ward at this point. Maybe gonna rotate around for a potential kill. Scotty is farming these camps. Jojo's here to steal some XP. Just to be rude. I suppose if you were like really good at this game and you knew like all the numbers. Oh, here we go. Paralyzing Casks. Perfect bounces. That was so rude, taking advantage of that. There's a Spirit Siphon and the Exorcism stuff. Scotty should go down to the Maledict tick, and down he goes to one more tick. Thanks to Jojo. Exorcism has been popped though. It's only level 1. There's a Spirit Siphon. Truthless is pretty tanky. Red Seal kind of wants to go on it. Does the Crypt Swarm, but it's not quite enough damage. Red Seal decides to back off. Exorcism should be ending shortly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And there it goes. Exorcism is fun on multiple levels. It deals a lot of damage with all the little bats flying around. All the little whatever crypts. Oh, okay, and Chaz is caught out. Gets wrecked by the Magic Missile and probably a good Mystic Snake. Deals a good amount of damage to Tim. Oh, there's the arrow. The arrow almost connects. That would have been annoying for Tim. Oh, there's a Sunstrike, does not quite connect on Tim. Tim was just roaming around, able to pop the salve. That would have been a level 3 Exort, so probably wouldn't have been a kill, but it would have interrupted the salve, which would have been very annoying for Tim. So far we've got... Oh, there's another arrow. A scouting kind of arrow. Okay. Jojo's like, oh no, gets caught by the Ass Path and the full Chaos Meteor practically, and Jojo does go down. Red Seal's here with the Spirit Siphon, but there's 2 heroes there. You don't want to get too aggressive. Here's Kaiser, D-Ward, the D-Ward. The endless support game. They're aggressively going. Oh, there's a Stone Gaze popped off by Tim. Does not connect on anyone, but it gives bonus movement speed. Thrill House does leap away to safety. It is a big ult to pop. That is a 9-second cooldown. Oh, but Chaz is still here. Mystic Snake, it does land. Chaz is dropping crazy low. Wave of Terror does finish it off. Wow. Yeah, see, Mystic Snake, it's deceptive how much damage it can do because it does more damage based upon how many hops it has done. So in that case, I think it was very fortunate bounces. It hit Chaz on the very last bounce for maximum damage and then the Mana Steel. Pretty good. It's kind of like the opposite of Wind Ranger, whose power shot does less. Wind Ranger, whose power shot does less damage based upon how many units it's traveled through. Oh, but I guess it's very similar to what's his face? To Grimstroke's Stroke of Fate, which also scales based upon how many units it's hit. It doesn't have to make much logical game sense. It's just part of the game. Magnus skewers away just to be safe. There's a 10-minute runes. Jojo secures that bottom one. Thrill House secures these top 2. No one's freaking out. We're all okay. Jojo's here to save the ward, but cannot save the ward. Truthless grabs the ward. Nice job, Truthless. Everything's still pretty even. Medusa is suffering considerably when it comes to farm. She only has 32 last hits compared to Daryl's 54. That's the 2 pause ones. Mid-wise, Death Prophet and Invoker are fairly even. Offlaner-wise, looks like Chaz and the Magnus are about even. Chaz and Urk. I think the important part, though, is the pause ones. You definitely need them to get to the farm. Thrill House is here, waiting to set up the perfect arrow. There comes the arrow, but Red Seal spots it out and is able to get away. Scotty does have a completed Midas, going for the long haul here. Midas is the item that every 90 seconds you're able to eat a creep, and it gives you 2.1 times the experience and bonus gold from what you normally get from a creep, and it costs nothing as far as like mana goes. Red Seal pops the Exorcism, wants to take out this tower. Is it going to be enough damage? They pop the Fortify to protect the creeps, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh gosh, it bought him. Macropyre with the Chronosphere, with the arrows. Down go both Urk and Jojo. Crazy combos. Was there a Sunstrike in there too? There was not a Sunstrike. Mid tower does go down though, to the Exorcism by Red Seal. I think Scotty was too busy trying to save the tower. Nice deep wards here by G.O.A.T.5. Okay, things are still so even. It's so even. All supports are at the bottom. The carries are in the middle. But still, oh gosh, arrow does connect, cancels out the bottle charge. Sunstrike to follow does not connect. It wasn't quite quick enough. It wouldn't have killed, but it was something. Arcane Rune on Death Prophet is also pretty cool. Gotta be careful though. There's the Cold Snap with the damage. Red Seal's taking quite a bit of damage. Drill House is leaping really aggressively forward, gets silenced and Spirit Siphon, and does in fact go down. At the same time at top, Chaz goes down to Paralyzing Cask and Maledict and Death Ward by Jojo, and that was just a solo kill. A pause 4 for a... Okay, a pause 5 for a pause 3. Pretty good. And Jojo gets to deny the tower. Witch Doctor is pretty good in those certain settings when you get those good cast bounces, surprisingly. Oh, Kaiser gets spotted out, gets the stun off, but gets dual breath and is probably gonna get bashed. There's the bash and gets killed really quickly, but Urk is here, Red Seal is here. They should be able to kill off Truthless. Oh no, and the skewer misses and he gets out. The cast does connect, but after the fact, so it's probably gonna come flying across the screen. Let's see. Let's see if it comes. Let's go. Let's go. It's gonna come right. There we go. See, that was a little stun. I saw it. I didn't see the animation, but I saw the stun. Oh, that was so unfortunate. Oh, there's a Pit of Malice onto Urk. Urk skewers out of there. There's Exorcism pop by Red Seal with a very nice silence. And the Spirit Siphons. Is it gonna be enough damage though? Chaz definitely dies to the Death Ward and the Exorcism, but Moonlight Shadow has been popped. They don't have vision. Red Seal gets the Haste Rune. Gotta be careful. It's very easy to feel invincible with the Haste Rune. But you're surrounded by 3 heroes. And they have Chronosphere. There's the Chronosphere. And the Magnifier and the Sunstrike. Down goes Red Seal. The cost of being overly confident. It happens. It happens.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Red Seal is pretty farmed. Has the very nice Yules. Has double null tallies. He's fairly tanky. In that case, though, it is unfortunate that Void was also there. So Urk is not getting... Urk got Echo Saber first, okay? So no Blink first. They don't really have a great initiation. Yes, they have Kaiser there to swap a single target. And I suppose... Well, yeah, and then Paralyzing Cask is kind of like an initiation. But a Mag Blink RP is pretty... Okay, there we go. Magic Missile onto Truthless. But they're both here. Ice Path does not connect. Kaiser does not have it. Oh, there's the RP used. Kaiser does not have level 6, does not have swap. Arrow does not connect, but they're trying. There's the Paralyzing Cast. Does a good bounce. But stops bouncing through house, is trying to finish off Kaiser. But there, Kaiser got the level 6 and swaps up the high ground, but gets finished off by the Mirana. Down goes Thrill House in response. They're all quite low, but they are able to survive.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Aww. Well, Tim is somehow able to finish off Daryl's courier. Daryl has Mask of Madness, working on that MKB, dealing out lots of damage while ignoring his own HP. Tim is working on that Manta. Makes quite a lot of sense. Manta allows you to, it gives you a good amount of stats. It does it a spell. Pretty good if you get cold snapped, if you get stunned, if you get disarmed, if you get slowed by dual breath. It's just good in general. It's a great, it's like almost everyone gets it on Medusa. Here we go. Sunstrike with the follow-up kill onto Urk. But there's the Maledict, does not connect, but they have Exorcism in here. There's the Uber. Chaz wants to take everyone out, but is it going to be quick enough? And Chaz dies just before it was going to end. Down goes Chaz, down goes Thrill House. They're able to save Truthless somehow. Yay, Truthless. You made it.
Dire's middle tower is
TP is on cooldown, so Truthless has to be a bit careful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a regen rune here.
Are fortified.
Red Seal TP's back mid to save the mid tier 1 tower from dying. Oh, got the Voodoo Mask. So going for... Yeah, getting that lifesteal, so just a little bit more sustainable. And then going for Aeon Disc. Trying to survive. Truthless is still here, and did not go the Tranquil Boots build, so still is as low as ever. Here's Chaz with the Firestorm. Urk gets caught out by the Ice Path. But Kaiser's here. They don't have any follow-up, should be okay. Red Seal's here, there's no Exorcism, but probably wants to get this tower. Pit of Malice does connect, but the Firestorm, Ice Path does not connect on the follow-up. Here is Daryl. Daryl has Chronosphere. They have Macropyre. Mech was popped to give Truthless some HP again. Battle of the Supports, taking out some wards.
Yes.
Everyone's around here. Oh, but Red Seal almost gets caught out. Nice Paralyzing Cast, does some good bounces. Only a couple though. Oh, Chronosphere. Chronosphere is popped, connects just onto Red Seal, but there's a nice swap out by Kaiser. Bash keeps her in place, so the Sunstrike does connect. Red Seal looks like should be able to get out. Could have been a lot worse than it is. One of the perks of having a Vengeful Spirit. As long as VS stays out of the action, she's always there to swap. Oh no! They spot out Urk, and Urk does end up going down. Trying to play it sneaky, trying to stay out of sight. Is not able to. Oof, gotta drink some water.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at him go.
Oh gosh, initiating some more. They pop the dust, so Moonlight Shadow is pointless. Able to finish off Thrill House, but everyone else seems pretty far away. The Truthless should be visible, and Chaz is still here. But they're probably kind of baiting it out. There's 4 heroes there. How is it going to survive? Skewer back into the tower. Magic Missile to follow up. Mystic Snake, and Chaz goes down. Ice Path does connect. Truthless immediately TP's out. Should be safe. Everyone's okay. And they get Truthless's courier, but Scotty is able to finish off the tier 1 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Seems
Down
like a
goes
setback.
the G.O.A.T.5. Tier 1 bottom tower. So, item checkup. Daryl is still working on the MKB. Still a bit of like 1.5k away, but is in a good position. Has been getting quite a bit of farm. Let's see, net worth wise. Oh wow. Okay. Things have swapped around a bit. Medusa's done quite well for herself. Now that she has maxed out split shot, now that she actually has some damage, she can just go through creep camps like no other.
I'll take that.
Fellowship has smoked, they're circling around, they want to get some kind of kill, but there's 4 heroes here, and they are pretty scary heroes. Chrono is not up though. We do have backer Pyre, but it's 3 versus 4. Medusa's here too though. Medusa does have ult. Instant silence on Daryl. Can they take out Daryl before he can do much? Death Ward is dropped down. There's no Chronosphere, but he does have Time Walk. Able to Time Walk off some of the damage. Medusa does pop Stone Gaze. Nobody's caught in there. Is Daryl going to be fine? Yes. Last Biotic tick and Daryl is okay. Truthless sacrifices himself to make sure everyone else gets away. Very noble of you. Oh, but Red Seal's here with the Exorcism, able to take out Chaz. Feeling invincible. Thrill House has to be careful. It has one more leap charge. Daryl does have Chronosphere though at this point. They don't have too much damage though. Pops the Chronosphere. Are you sure you want to? There's Sunstrike. That's a lot of damage. Sunstrike and the arrow and the Starstorm. They're able to finish off Red Seal, wasting a lot of that duration. Great cast bounces, but wow. I was not expecting that. Okay, that was pretty good. That's what you get for having an Invoker. Anytime there's a Chronosphere, just drop down the Sunstrike. You can see he's got the Yules, which is both defensive and it can be aggressive. It helps you to you can Yule someone and then like throw down a meteor and throw down a Sunstrike, which is like guaranteed damage. But I feel like in this situation, it's a bit more there to be more defensive, to interrupt spells, to dispel things, to make Invoker last a little bit longer. Yeah, he's working on that. Oh, wait, was that it? Does he already have enough for Ags? Yep, just like that, we have an Invoker with Ags. Things are about to get crazy. That means we're going to have Cataclysm. Here we go. Ag Scepter upgrade gives you Cataclysm, which is really awesome. We're almost guaranteed to see it this game. I'm not sure why you wouldn't cast it. Especially with Chronosphere. MKB is finished by Daryl. And like we said, Invoker has the axe. That's going to be huge. Chaz is pretty tanky. Has the mana boots. Has the mech. Does he have Greaves flying out? I cannot tell. Looks like he's working on Vlad's for the general sustainability it provides. The mana aura, the lifesteal aura, the regen aura. Oh, and the damage aura too. Should help Void live a bit longer. Fellowship has, or FOTP has smoked with 4 heroes. They're gonna kill Truthless. Truthless, you're in trouble. There's a silence. There is this shockwave, and the swap out, and down goes Truthless. Tim is farming away at top. Someone pings him out. Okay, they want to take out Tim. They pop Moonlight Shadow. They got 4 heroes. Instantly, FOTP TP so many heroes top. They gotta protect their pause 1. They're like, you want to come in? You better be prepared. Chrono is up in 5 seconds. Cataclysm's up, so you might be in trouble. Arrow flies in, does not connect. Now they know that Thrill House is there. Now they know that they're going to try something. Thrill House uses up a leaf charge to get away. Everyone's okay. No harm done. FOTP is doing pretty good as far as like staying together as a team. G.O.A.T.5 is making some good rotations. It still seems fairly even. Yes, Tim is leading net worth wise as the pause 1, which you definitely want to have. She's able to farm much more effectively than, much faster than Void can, just traditionally, just like with the passive, with the way the heroes work. Void did not build any kind of cleave stuff, so he kind of has to attack creeps one at a time. It just takes him a bit longer to kill units. It just does. Whereas Medusa can attack like 5 units at once. Yeah, 5 units. G.O.A.T.5 has the smoke with 4 heroes. Unfortunately, no one's there. They're going to have to rotate around a bit. Let's see. If Red Seal's coming back, Red Seal might get picked off here. Who are they going to... Okay, smoke is broken. Red Seal is between 4 heroes. They pop Chronosphere. They also pop Cataclysm. But Aeon Disc is finally there on Red Seal. Cataclysm did no damage. Red Seal goes down, but that was a lot expended just for that. Chronosphere and Cataclysm. Still, they took out Red Seal. Pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under
That there was the Cataclysm Chronosphere combo. Unfortunately, just on 1 hero, so not that exciting. Still pretty fun. I should have probably gone and looked at other heroes so you could like see the full effect. Where there's 10 Sunstrikes happening on the ground. G.O.A.T.5 really wants this tower, but FOTP is not willing to give it up without a fight. They still have Stone Gaze up if they want to. And Tim is crazy farmed. Has Scotty. That is the item of choice. It adds so many stats. It makes her attacks do a slow. Once you get to level 25, you can have every single one of the 5 attacks also do the slow. Chaz is still around here. Chaz, what are you doing? Chaz, be careful. Chaz is running away. You got this, Chaz. You got this. You've got these cool, like, engine thingies on your back. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, no. They don't spot him out with a wave of terror. Do they know he's there? They're just right around him. Come on, Chaz. You can... Oh. Oh, Chaz, you are doing great. Nice job. Pro Jukes. Pro Jukes. Nice TP. FOTP tried to find him, but just could not quite do it. There's a Pit of Malice, being super annoying. Oh, Blink forward by Urk. Skewer backwards. Truthless just instantly melts. There we go. That's the benefit of the Blink on the Magnus. Oh, there we go. Moonlight Shadow is popped. They swap back in Chaz. He is totally alone. They take down the tower. They take down Chaz. 2 quick kills. And a tower. Exorcism still has a quarter duration, but there are no creeps. Fortify is popped. They can't really do any damage to this tower.
They must have seen dark clouds on the horizon.
FOTP is in a good position. They still have a full creep wave. They want to take out this tower if they possibly can. Tim is dealing pretty good damage, as is Urk. Is it going to be enough? Arrow does not connect. And they do take out that tier 2, the first tier 2. Meaning now this outpost is now officially unlocked. Or it's unblocked. Whatever you want to call it. Scotty has Blink, going the more positional route. Has BKB queued up next, which I think is essential in this game. Yes, RP goes to BKB. Yes, Stone Gaze goes to BKB. And swap does. and Death Ward and Exorcism, all of that goes through BKB. But as far as control, I think as far as control goes, like Stone Gaze takes time to take effect. RP is a scary one, but with the way the game's been going, BKB does seem very useful to avoid the paralyzing cask, to avoid the silences, avoid the skewers. It makes sense. So Void is working on BKB still. About 1k from it. Chaz has the Greaves, has the Vlads. Very tanky boy there. Was working on Atos, but instead going for Halberd. Very effective up against Medusa. They are pausing a lot. There we go, there's the pause. Pause is out. Mirana has a Spirit Vessel. Pretty useful up at, Blink, a Witch Doctor Blink. Jojo has a Blink on a Witch Doctor. That is not something you see every day. That is a rare sight to see. Because that's gotta mean you're all about positioning. You're very confident that you're not gonna get caught out. It's definitely good for when you guys are in control of the fight, like when you're the one initiating the fights. Because you gotta be careful. Witch Doctor is very squishy, and he did not get arrow. Able to dodge the arrows. Very quick reflexes there. Typically, you see Witch Doctor get some kind of like invisibility item or BKB, so that you can cast Death Ward and they either cannot see you or they can't interrupt you. Oh, Scotty being annoying. Tornado EMP combo. It does not connect, fortunately for Tim. Super annoying for Medusas. Oh, smoke gets broken if there was even a smoke. I don't think so. They spot Thrill House. Thrill House is baiting so hard. Has two. Oh, there we go. Baited out the skewer. Nice job, Thrill House. Wasting both your charges, your leap charges, but they'll come back. They'll come back. Pretty cheap. So Truthless has the Yules, has the mana boots working on that Force Staff.
Has been slain.
Force Staff is great. Very useful for just helping save your heroes, helping catch people out of position or get people into a better position. Oh, Mirana gets caught out. Is silenced, but able to get out of there. Greaves are also a wonderful thing. Greaves are great. Greaves are going to really make a big difference in these fights. Greaves are a natural dispel when you activate them. So I think Death Prophet silences have been pretty key in these fights. Greaves will dispel that silence. Jojo, what was that? Aggressive blink forward by Jojo, but gets caught by the tornado immediately and the cold snap. Fortunately, no one's there with the follow-up. All the ults are up though. Look, all these greens up here. Everyone's ult is up. All the ults. They're just waiting for someone to be out of position. And Scotty can just be wherever because his contribution is going to be Cataclysm at this point. Yeah, it's probably good to have like Tornado and Chaos Meteor for initiation for all the control, but Cataclysm is already like a huge contribution already. On the FOTP side, we've got the Blink on the Witch Doctor. Working on the Ags. Very odd, interesting item choices, but should be fun. They have a 5-man smoke. It gets broken by Thrill House. Oh no, Thrill House is able to blink, able to leap away just before the silence connects, and the skewer's there. That was a little unfortunate. Clumsy net keeps Chaz in place, but arrow does connect onto Urk. Urk is tanky, but Cataclysm is popped. He does crazy damage to Urk, but Urk gets off the RP. Connects onto 2. Stone Gaze popped by Medusa. Is it going to do anything? It does. Oh, it does end up stunning Jakiro. Down goes Thrill House. Chronosphere's popped though. Takes out Kaiser really quickly. Tim is taking a good amount of damage, but there's Yules to stop Daryl from doing much damage, but BKB is popped. Tim is taking a lot of damage, losing a lot of mana, but Death Ward's there. BKB will not stop you from taking damage from Death Ward. Was that like 2 kills? So Urk died, and Kaiser died. Kaiser died in the Chronosphere. Urk died to just getting the Cataclysm. 2 for 1. But buyback was expended by Thrillhouse. Well, Thrillhouse coming up way far. Okay, I guess Jojo, nice work. The blink saved you there, and your quick
Dyer's
reflexes.
middle tower
Nice work.
is under attack.
Roche is happening. They did the scan to spot it out. Chaz is dropping pretty low, but they have Alacrity, they have all the bashes, they have all the stuff, and the arrow, of course, to come in for the frequency long stun. Roche is melting. I don't think FOTB can get there far enough. And down goes Roche. Joe grabs it really quickly. Thrillhouse is there and gets stunned. And has no leave charges. Thrillhouse does go down. Swap by Kaiser to save out Jojo, but Jojo goes down, Kaiser goes down, Daryl popped the BKB. Down goes, oh, maybe, Truthless maybe will go down, getting slow, getting kited, and he does go down eventually to Tim's Scotty slows. Ooh, 2 for 2, but 2 supports, yeah, 2 supports for 2 supports. Not any big of a deal. Though that was technically a dieback by Thrillhouse. Not that it matters. I feel like you should only really call it a dieback if it's like you die, you buy back, and you die again. Like like within the span of the same fight. In this case, it's not really changing anything. So net worth wise, we still have Tim in the lead on the Medusa, which you definitely want to have. But Invoker and Void are increasing their lead. Daryl has 2 lives now with the Aegis. Has the finished BKB, working on the Ags, pretty close to it. So Void's Ags means that every time he time walks, oh, Invoker gets a nice tornado EMP onto Tim. Tim pops a Stone Gaze, defensively loses all of her mana. A bit unfortunate, but at least she is okay. Yeah, so Ags on Void is, it makes this such that every time he does time walk, it applies his bash. Time lock is his bash to all the units at the place he time walks to. It's a guaranteed bash. So it's good for initiation, it's good for following up, it's good just in general. And it scales with this damage because it casts time lock on it. So like it does your normal attack plus bonus damage. Yeah, pretty good. Chaz has the finished halberd. Gonna work on Shiva's next for that AoE slow and that AoE damage. Pretty good. Shakiro's really close to 4 staff, should be able to get it kind of soon. Mirana working on, okay, Diffusal. That's something. Not something you see every day. Just another way to burn the mana of Medusa. Witch Doctor making some progress onto that Ags. Red Seal still has that Aeon Disc. Still has a Naked Voodoo Mask, working on that Sheep next. Oh, Urt gets caught out with the Ice Path, trying to screw her away, but you're 1v5. Trying for the hopeful TP, but gets bashed, gets stunned, gets tornadoed. Ice Path just because, and I'm sorry, you're dead. That was pretty ambitious TP. Worth a shot though, because everyone kind of blew everything on you in the first place. Big commitment though. 5-man commitment to get that kill. Looks like G.O.A.T.5 wants to push the tower. The wave is here, but Red Seal's here. They shouldn't be able to really do much damage. They're not committing their entire team. They're backing off. Tim has DD. That's something. So Tim has Scotty, Manta, and Butterfly. All very great items. Butterfly is on the defensive end of things. It gives you evasion. It does give you damage and attack speed. But an important part is evasion. You kind of lose on, like, as far as like money goes. There's definitely other items that will give you a higher gold to damage ratio. But in this case, it's probably worth it to get the evasion from Void, even though Void already has MKB because he is prescient. Omniscient. He is prescient. He is see the future. He knows what everyone's gonna go. So he already got MKB a long time ago, which means the evasion is not really going to do much because MKB, 75% chance to go through evasion. It's like anti-evasion.
Shouted from the highest hill.
We pop Moonlight Shadow, but it was spotted out.
Has been denied.
Everyone knows that it's there. They drop the sentry down. Urk blinks forward aggressively. Daryl's here though. They see Daryl. He knows there's
Dire's
sentries there
middle tower
because the creep's
is
attacking
under
him.
attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Scotty has the beacon beam. In a very good place, working on the sheep next. Tim is working on something. Has a lot of money saved up. Not sure what she's working on, but they have smoked forward. Kaiser on the front lines so that it gets broken first. Roche not up for some time. Oh, they spot out the real house. Once again, able to expend all leap charges and get away without getting caught out. The beauty of the Mirana. The eternal give and take. Urg blinking forward, trying to read if she's going to leap away in time and get the nice skewer. The lovely banter, the lovely back and forth. Truthless is still invisible. Has the Timeless Relic. We've got the tier 4 items coming out. Let's see. Oh, Urk spots out Thrill House. Thrill House has 1 leap charge though.
Cover your eyes. Dire's
Thrill
bottom
House
tower
has the
is
Grow Bow
taking a
for the
drubbing.
increased attack range. Boyd has the Ninja Gear for the increased agi and for the
Dire's bottom tower
movement
is under
speed
attack.
and for the self smoke. Yeah, it's just a good item in general for agi carries. Boger has Spell Prism for the cooldown reduction. Chaz has the spider legs for that cliff walking, for that on whatever movement speed, the free pathing, that's what it's called. Jakiro has a Timeless Relic for increased debuff, so like that'll make the slow last longer, it'll make the ice path stun last longer, and it increases spell damage. All around, that's all what Jakiro's about. All of those things. Witch Doctor also has a Timeless Relic, making the paralyzing cast. Oh, there's Chronosphere, and Cataclysm hits onto 2. Down goes Red Seal, down goes Kaiser Sose, and down goes Jojo, all in quick succession. Oh no, and they spot out Tim. Tim will probably pop the ult. Nope, doesn't pop the ult. Is Spirit Vesseled, and the arrow does connect. He's caught out and stunned for quite some time. RP onto 4, incredible RP. Boyd's here, just though. Yeah, where's the follow-up? Stone Gaze is popped. Is there going to be enough damage? Doesn't look like it. And Thrill House is just like hanging around here. Aggressive blink forward by Invoker with the Deafening Blast. Second arrow connects. And the Pit of Malice. No more mana on Tim, and Tim just melts without that mana shield. All we have left is Urk. Should be able to take down this tower pretty quickly and push to the high
Sometimes I
ground.
find myself saying, for no reason
What
at all,
buybacks do we
Dire's
have?
middle tower has fallen. Oh, wait.
A lot of buybacks.
This is running out for Dire's middle
Red Seal
tower.
has buyback soon. Okay, everyone has buyback
Dire's
except for
middle
Witch
tower
Doctor.
has
They
fallen.
take the tier
Looks
3
like
mid
someone
tower.
Dire's middle
They're quickly
barracks are
working
under
on
attack.
the melee barracks. There it goes.
Paving the way
Should be
for
able to take
future
out
disaster.
ranged racks
Dire's
too.
middle barracks have fallen.
Looks like FOTP
Dire's
just
middle
wants to kind of
barracks
give up that
have
lane.
fallen.
Not waste the buybacks. Red Seal should be. Oh, aggressive blink forward once again by JoJo. Blink forward as well by Urk does not connect with the skewer. Down goes JoJo. JoJo still does not have buyback. Very optimistic. It was good. It was a good paralyzing
Dire's
cast,
top
but
tower is under
didn't
attack.
really amount to much. Buyback by Tim on the Medusa.
Dire's
They know they
top
gotta save
tower
this lane.
has fallen.
Here's Chaz with the Uber. Oh, the
Radiant's
skewer
top
does not
tower
connect.
is under
And there's the
attack.
Uber taking them all to home. Back to the fountain.
The Dire just can't resist attacking.
Of course,
the
Scotty's still
Radiant's
just
top
doing his own
tower.
thing. He's got Boot to Travel. He's got sustainability from the Yule's mana regen and the Quas HP regen. No worries there. His hit level 25 has the Radial Deafening Blast. Extremely effective. So Death Prophet has 2 items now that are very defensive.
Dire's bottom
Let you
tower
help
is
her
under
not
attack.
die. Aeon Disc, it will give you a dispel and stop you from taking any damage. If you take too much damage, Magic Lamp, similarly, if you fall below 20% HP, it'll heal you above 400 health and do a hard dispel. So lots of survivability items because she keeps dying to chronospheres and cataclysms. It was definitely nicely timed last time. The chronosphere and the cataclysm waited until Aeon Disc was over. Pretty good. Wow, so much damage coming out from the Void, just ripping through that Roche. Black Void is a scary sight to see. Has the Ags, working on that crit. Definitely has enough to finish off crit. Probably waiting on the Courier to arrive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep, there's the Courier probably flying out. FODP working on that bottom racks with the Exorcism.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They gotta push. They gotta push, right? Nope, they're not gonna hang around. They're gonna TP back. They want to defend. Someone's gotta defend mid lane with the bigger creeps. Exorcism should be ending pretty soon.
The direst
At that point, they've got
Radiant's
to.
bottom tower.
They just gotta defend high ground. There's no tower here. They have good vision. They have good sentry wards, like everywhere, and some good observer wards. There's a self smoke. It was definitely seen by the sentry ward, but by the observer ward, but it's just one person. There we go. Daryl has Daedalus now. Scotty has the finished sheep, as does Red Seal on a Death Prophet. Chaz has the cheese now. Does he was working on the Scotty, but now it looks like he's going for Lotus instead. And he's in Biz. Marana has the finished Yules. Decided not to go for Diffusal. Seemed to change her mind. Truthless on the Jakiro, has Aether Lens, has Push Stick, has Yules. Working on the Ags. I think Ags makes it just makes his ult just like way better. Makes it longer, makes it do more damage, makes it like length, like duration longer. The duration longer and like the length of like how much space it takes up longer. Just makes it better in general. They've got Alacrity, they're ripping through this backdoor protection. Fortify is up, but they're gonna save it for the high ground push.
I'm sorry to say it.
Jojo's still working on that Ags. Probably needs to save for PK for buyback. 100 gold from that. Urk is working on that AC. Has enough money for it, but again, you gotta save for buyback, especially at these crucial times. Invoker is staying up at top, keeping the lane pushed in. Has the freedom to teleport around pretty quickly with the booth travel. Just keep all the lanes pushed in. That's what you gotta do. Playing it safe. They've got a 22k net worth advantage at this point. Scotty has a commanding lead. Medusa definitely not able to get the space she needs to farm. Gotta be careful. Medusa has the BKB, working on the lightning next. Just getting some more damage. Tim on the front lines, dodges out the tornado. Chaz has a finished Lotus. Catches Medusa out with the Pitted Malice. Just being annoying. Daryl's here. Lotus up, but oh my gosh, Alacrity is allowing him to eat through the racks. He does back off though. Tim also deals a lot of damage. Firestorm, just to be cool. They do have pretty good high ground defense. Medusa can kill them off pretty quickly. But Daryl's here. Oh, goes forward. Cataclysm with the Chronosphere, but it doesn't actually kill anyone. Kaiser's about to die most likely. Daryl pops the BKB, doing crazy damage onto the Medusa, and Tim just, mana's gone, BKB is used, but she's just dead. Nobody's bought back yet, but Jojo's almost about to die. RP used, and Skewer to follow up. Is it enough to kill off Daryl? Nope, Daryl is totally fine. Oh, they swap him back into the fountain. They get a nice little stun, and he is, first life is dead. Buyback by Jojo, nice. Very nice Maledict, and very nice Shockwave. Oh gosh. Red Seal is all alone, almost certain to die. Oh, maybe
Dire's
not.
top barracks have fallen.
Back up to full after the
Probably going
X
to
season ends.
spoil your day, but Dire's top
But
barracks
taking a
have
lot of damage.
fallen.
Urk is taking some damage too. They're trying to finish off Chaz. They're trying to finish off whoever they can. Pit and Mouse being so annoying.
Dire's bottom tower
Nice spear
is
back
under
by
attack.
with Chaz. Chaz casts the Dark Rift but immediately cancels it. And does in fact go down. But top racks have been lost. Mid racks
Dire's
already
bottom
are gone.
tower is under attack.
Good damage being done to bottom. With the Forge Spirits being super annoying. They did not have to expend the buyback. Oh no, there's no buyback available on Medusa. I did not know that. Red Seal though still has buyback, as does Urk. Very important to note. Lots another lane of racks are down. A little bit more of a net worth lead once again. That was definitely Fellowship did pretty okay in that fight. Darrow was being a bit aggressive, just going in all by himself, chronoing one person. Yes, he does have the plus 140 Chronosphere AoE, so there was a chance he was going to catch two people out, but it was only one person, and oh gosh, Arrow catches on Urk. Nice swap by Kaiser to save Urk. Nice Glimmer Cape as well. They all survive. Oh no, Tornado does catch out Kaiser, but he's okay. Or she's okay, or it's okay. She's okay, yeah. The tower does go down, but the racks are unharmed. Scotty's here though. Scotty has Nullifier. Wood continuously dispels. Trying to Alacrity the Forge Spirits, dealing a little bit of damage. Macropyre is dropped. That is not an Ags Macropyre yet. And it's not the Immortal Macropyre either. Pretty close though to the Ags. About 900 from the Ags. There's the Sheep and the Tornado EMP combo onto Red Seal. She pops the Yules onto herself so she doesn't take any damage or lose any mana. Nice work there. They're doing pretty good defending the high ground. They have a lot of spells to quickly clear creeps, but they're still taking damage just from Forge Spirits. Alacrity and Forge Spirits are super annoying. They have pretty long range, and this is just mean. Slowly ratting their way through these racks. Scotty just hanging around. Ugh. So frustrating. War of attrition. So anything else big that's gonna happen? We got two nullifiers. One on Darrow, one on the Invoker. So what that does is it continuously dispels every time the enemy is attacked and slows them for a tiny amount. So it's good when they're affected by like things like Ghost Scepter. It's good against like Decrep. But in this game, I guess it's good for Pursuit, good for being annoying in general. It'll dispel Glimmer Cape, I guess. Yeah, there's not really much that you need to be dispelled for. I guess having the slow is pretty good. Ooh, Urk almost gets clipped by the arrow, but not quite. G.O.A.T.5 is here for one last push, it seems. One last push. There's the quick Hex onto Tim, but no follow-up. There's the Firestorm. The swap. Okay, another Hex by Red Seal onto Chaz. Ah, they're trying so hard. Tim does so much damage. Arrow does not connect. There's a Tornado. Tornado EMP combo onto Tim. It almost gets dodged out by the Manta, but not quite. Down goes the racks. Tim wasn't able to clear out the creeps fast enough. So one more racks to go. There's the Forge Spirits. Alacrity of Forge Spirits doing some damage to the melee racks. Melee racks, so they do regen 5 HP per second, which is something. It is significant. It is going to stink once Chaz hits level 25. He's probably going to get the 15% Firestorm building damage if they haven't killed the racks yet, or killed the racks by that point. And that deals a lot of damage to racks. Super annoying. Chaz heading up the front line. Urk tries to screw backwards, but it's not quite enough. Tanks the full EMP, it loses a lot of mana, probably has to go back to the fountain to regen. There's a Pit of Malice just blocking off this whole front line. with the plus 75 Pit and Mouse AoE. Has a Lotus Orb. There's the Ags Macropyre, I think. Ags Macropyre, here's Daryl, gets the Chronosphere off with the Cataclysm, but it's not really doing too much. Can they finish off Tim? Tim is okay, it looks like. Nice bash on the Kaiser. Kaiser does end up dying. Oh gosh, Jojo also dies. Well, 2 heroes down. Buyback statuses. They don't. Neither one of them has buyback. They should be able to clean up this Rax to get megas. Red Seal still here. There goes the Aeon Disc, and down she goes. Oh, that's what Nullifier's for. It dispels off the Aeon Disc. Now Red Seal doesn't have any of those defensive stuff anymore. Truthless does go down in response. They take out Scotty and Truthless. But they did lose all racks, so that it does mean megas. The buyback was used by Red Seal. G.O.A.T.5 is not willing to back off, it seems like. I don't know. Nope, they're playing it safe. They're staying back. They're staying back. Well, they do have a decent amount of defense that they can do up against megas. Tim does a large amount of damage and can hit a lot of creeps at once. Has the lightning, has a split shot. But it's hard. It's megas. Let's see if they can do it. Urk has the BKB, finally. Has the cleave. They have a pretty good team for clearing waves. Here's Daryl, just soloing Roche, might as well. Roche has Ag's Blessing in this case. Daryl will definitely get the Aegis. Who's gonna get the Ag's Blessing?
Dyer's courier has
Will Daryl give it to someone, or will Daryl...
Please alert the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty
he should just
to
buy it.
Carriers.
Just buy Ag's Blessing and give it to someone else. Give it to... Invoker already has Ags. Underlord Ags is something. Piranha Ags is kind of boring. Jakiro already has Ags. I don't know. Give it to Underlord. There you go. Now Underlord has it. Now it makes this... It gives his like bonus, so this like AoE aura thing, this bonus damage, it gives it to everyone around him. So now it's gonna buff him up. It's gonna make him deal more damage, which is helpful, of course. The time for one more push. Yep, Chaz got the 15% Firestorm building damage, which is very good. Here we go. They have so much to do with defense. Oh, the tornado does connect with the Pit of Malice and the Ice Path, but there is the BKB popped. There's Cataclysm with the Chronosphere, and oh my gosh, so much damage done. Down goes Jojo, down goes Urk. Oh gosh, buyback is not available. RP hits onto a bunch. Oh, but the Uber, he's able to survive. He gets out with just enough HP to spare, saves like everyone. Kaiser just dies. Maybe they kind of gave up. Kaiser dies to the Macropyre, just kind of taking some stuff. I don't know.
Dyer's middle tower is
But there was a Divine. Where is the Divine? Who? Wait, where did... I saw someone pinged it out. Someone had a Divine and dropped it? I gotta look at these things. Who has it? 6, 7, 8. Wait, where? What was it? I missed it. Someone pinged it out. Where'd it go? Where are you, Jojo? Where are you pinging? Where are you pinging? I don't. Where is it? Tell me. Oh, okay. Well, Medusa has the Divine. There we go. Nice work. Well, Urk had to buy back. Dusa still has buyback, which is important, of course. And she has Divine, so that'll be really helpful in clearing out creeps and dishing out damage. But of course, not that she wasn't already the target, but it makes her even more a target because if Void gets the Divine, then it's game over. They've dealt a pretty good amount of damage to these tier 4s. FOTP needs to be very careful in their defense. But everyone's here. Chronosphere is up in 50, so they got some time to wait if they want to. Scotty probably has Refresher coming out, or deciding not to buy it for some reason. I don't know. Truthless has Hurricane Pike just because. And Macropyre goes to BKB and is super long. Look how long it is. Look. Look at that. Look how far that circle goes. So far. Maybe they're going to bide their time for the next Roche. Oh, wait. They have Aegis. They have Aegis. What are they waiting for? Something's flying out. Just wards are flying out. Yes. Oh no, Arrow does connect onto Urk with the Starstorm and the Spirit Vessel stuff. Chaz, like no, Chaz drops Pit of Malice, but it's a bit late. Urk gets out of there okay. Down goes 1, 2, 4. Down goes the second one. Firestorm is so mean. Ice Path connects onto Tim. Oh, just so much damage. Arrow does connect onto Kaiser. Pit of Malice connects onto Tim. Oh, RP connects onto Scotty. Is it going to be enough? They take out Scotty with the Divine. Tim could probably take out Truthless as well. Come on, pop Stone Gaze just because. Oh, Daryl able to time lock off the damage, taking so much damage. There goes the first life. BKB popped by Red Seal. There goes Aeon Disc. Daryl, can they take out Daryl? Pops Chronosphere onto a bunch. They pop Fortify. He was trying to finish off the tower, but does not. Skewer back into the fountain. Daryl does time lock forward. It's gonna die. Daryl goes down. Tim dishing crazy damage still with the Divine. Can he finish off Chaz? Chaz does go down. They have defended their Ancient. That was pretty crazy. Pretty cool play attempted by Daryl. It was a good Chronosphere, but they still had Fortify up. They were able to use it, and then Kaiser did swap him out. Gosh, these 3-pronged arrows are so annoying. Thrill House is connecting so hard onto all of these.
Sometimes the winds of war.
Okay, looks like we gotta wait even longer. Nice defense by FOTP. Oh no, but there's creeps. Someone defend. They're pinging like crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, someone needs to do it. Whew. Thrill House is just hanging around. You know, might as well just. If you throw out arrows, they're annoying. They stop from a little bit of defense. Red Seal's taking some good damage from those creeps. Now they're pushing out a bit. We gotta be a bit careful. JoJo is like, Witch Doctor is not a good hero for defending. Yes, the cast, they do bounce around a lot, but it's individual targets. It's not doing much damage. They gotta push. Oh. Someone's gotta defend. Poor JoJo. You got this. JoJo, you got it. You got it.
Have slain a Radiant's innocent courier.
You got it, JoJo. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Tank it up. You got this. Okay, everyone's back in time. Team with DD. That was scary. They almost just died to creeps. Ooh, it's time for tier 5 neutral items. Tier 5 items. This is gonna be great. Woodland Striders is fun. Mirana's getting like a bajillion of them. Let's see. They've got Ex Machina, which is pretty cool. It's like a free refresher orb. It's insane. Trident, which is like incredible SNY. Woodland Striders is so much fun. I love it. It's such a dorky item, it feels like. It gives you like free pathing with trees, but it's just so fun. You activate it and you leave a trail of trees behind you. It's just hilarious. He's walking through trees now, and he's super fast. Here we go. Walk through trees. Yeah, walk through trees. Woo! The funniest thing I ever saw was that there was a team. They were doing Roche. Wait, it was something really funny. They were doing Roche, and then like the Void just like walked up and just put trees in front of it. Like he just blocked off the Roche pit with the trees. It was really funny. But here we go. They want to do something. Tornado does connect onto Tim. Tim has Divine. Tim's working on... Wait, what? Working on Lightning again? What happened to your first Lightning? I wonder. Okay, well, Tim has a Trident. Look at that. 30% status resistance. All of this lifesteal amp, regen amp. All the stats get increased by 30. Pretty incredible. 71% physical resist. 30% status resist, 35% evasion. Pretty incredible. But they're holding on. They're holding on. The throne is regenning. They're doing it. They're doing it. They can do it. They've got Mirror Shield, which is like just a passive chance to reflect spells back, like a passive Lotus Orb. They've got Force Boots, which is like a lot of bonus speed, and it builds the Force Staff into the boots. And the Trident, of course. See, Chaz, you haven't used your boots yet. Come on, Chaz, you can do it. So G.O.A.T.5 side, they got Book of the Dead. Oh, Book of the Dead. Who has Book of the Dead? Oh no. Oh, it's in the thing, and his courier's dead. Aw. Book of the Dead is so good for defending. I mean for pushing, because it's a Necromonicon, but it spawns multiple units. So it spawns 2 sets of Necro 3 units. It used to be 3 sets of Necro 3 units, but that was apparently a bit too OP. So they changed it. So I guess they're gonna wait for the next Roche in 1:30. I suppose, because FOTP is pretty good at defending. Not gonna go down anytime soon. Daryl is maxed out, you could say. Looks like he's gonna get the Trident, so he's working on the Trident items. He's got Refresher for double Chrono. He's got no boots anymore because who needs boots? He's got Moon Shard. He's got Axe Blessing. He's got all these items. I would consider, like, I guess he needs the attack speed and the life steal, and he doesn't want to only have one of them. So, sure. Scotty's also 5 slotted. Just kind of like personal preference at this point. Building up a lot of money. Thrill House has sheep. That's just crazy.
Has been slain.
Okay, Jakiro's got the flicker. Wait, why is he so fast? Okay, has boots of travel. Sure, super fast. Chaz, use your boots. Use your Woodland Striders. I want to see them. I want to see it. I want to see Woodland Striders end the game. Cause you trapped the heroes like somewhere. I would laugh so hard. That would be great. So we got a sheep on Chaz, a sheep on Thrill House, sheep on Scotty, and we just need one more sheep on Truthless. Then we'll have a lot of sheep. We already have 3 sheeps. Oh, they have a repair kit. That's good. But JoJo's got Ags finally and Blink. Red Seal has almost everything she could want. Octarine will be the next big one, of course. That's what the Voodoo Mask is part of. Urk has a lot of stuff. Not sure what he's gonna work on next. Of course, they all need buyback. Dusa has Divine, has Boots of Travel. Her courier's dead, so she can't get the Moon Shard, unfortunately. And she's got to be very careful of going out of the base to pick up Moon Shard. That's kind of significant. She can't have Moon Shard. The next step is for her to swap her Boots of Travel for something else. That's really it. Make sure you have buyback, and then probably make sure you have enough money for like a second Divine. Just get a second Divine, put it in the base for when you die, because you know you're gonna die. Okay, you got Roche. You got triple Chronospheres, and you got 2 lives. Come on. Refresher on Invoker. Cheese on Chaz. Everything's here. Come on, you can do this. You can do it. You can do it.
Stick a bone in it.
I believe in you. Do we have level 30s yet? Who has level 30? No one has level 30 yet. Come on, everyone, get level 30. You're so close. You're so close. Void is the closest. Okay, Chaz is like, I'm doing this. Firestorm onto this, but oh my gosh, taking so much damage from Tim. Gets Hex, Cataclysm is used, doesn't really do anything at all. There's the first Chronosphere. First Chronosphere. Nice swap out. Kaiser saves his life, sacrifices his life. Second Cataclysm. Come on. Use RP is solo onto Void. Void gonna die. Void, Daryl does not die. And has the second life and has the second Chrono. Pop the second Chrono onto Urk. Urk is almost certainly gonna go down. Gets Hex though. Can't finish off Urk. gets cast, bounced around. Nobody's dying. Red Seal has bought back. Nobody's dying. Someone die. Everyone's just walking away. Someone kill someone. Red Seal is about to die. JoJo's probably about to die. Red Seal does, okay, finally goes down. Death Ward is down. Someone do something. Everyone's taking so much damage. Everyone's used all their big stuff. Kaiser's dead. Red Seal is dead. Tim pops his ult. She has Divine though. JoJo buys back. Down goes Truthless. Tim's still alive, but has used ult. Chaz Ubers out of there. The agent's taking so much damage. Tim, no! Attack the creeps. It's okay. I know you want to kill them, but attack the creeps. There's the sheep. Scotty's just wailing on the tower. They're gonna do it. They want to objective gaming and the Chronosphere, and they just like, we want to end this. We're done. Game over. Oh my gosh, you made that so stressful. Just end the game. Oh my gosh. Third Chronosphere is the charm. That's all you need. Third Chronosphere, buybacks, everything you need. Oh, that was too stressful. Oh, don't do that to me. Nice work, G.O.A.T.5. Pulling off the victory. That means it's a 1-1 series on the 2-game series. That's the end of week 1. I gotta go eat. I'm starving, and now my heart's pounding. Congrats to them. Great job to everyone. Thanks for letting me stream it. Thanks for watching, whatever, everyone. I'm gonna go eat. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and I'll be back again next week on Thursday, watching TBD, and then Fellowship probably on the weekend again. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's about it. Goodbye.